Vikings.
I can't bring myself to watch it again.
Really?
I don't know why.
Mate, I found it better the second and third time than I did. Than I did the. I'm just looking here. We've got a potential trade on here. I found it better the second and third time than I did the first time.
Yeah.
Trust me. Do it.
I don't know what happened yesterday, but I came out of a trade like just coming back to break even. If I'd waited just a little bit longer to come out, I would have been in like a little bit of profit.
I got took by spread, me. Done me head in a bit, really.
I don't even know why I came out of it yesterday, because I went on to GBP JPY and put it on there.
Yeah.
When I've come on this morning, my chart was marked up with what was on gold yesterday, and it moved 112 pips yesterday. So I would have still been in it.
Yeah. Weird.
So I don't know what I've done, but hey, well.
Why not? Why not? Good morning, guys. If you're watching on YouTube or you're watching recording, welcome to the stream. So let's start the stream off with the top down, because we have got a potential trade on now. We had this marked up yesterday. Can you remember this? Remember this? We marked up before I left the call. I said, look, this is what I'll be looking at next. I didn't set it, but it would have been activated now, and you would be in profit now. Now this should be coming back down to tap 2033, but you have had an hour break to the high, so you probably wouldn't have took it, because you've now had an hour break. The way you take wingbacks is if the 4 hour or the hour was bearish, and then you got to pop up. However, it'll probably still play out. It'll probably still play out, but we're starting again. New day, new analysis. So we get rid of this. Let's do a full top-down analysis again, and then we go from there. Okay. Where's all my drawings? Okay, so Rosie, it's just pretty fat, jumping up at the window. Did you see that? Okay, so right, we know about the monthly, right? I'll probably stop doing the monthly till it closes. But we know the monthly, it broke above this and closed, so we don't know where it's going next. Now, if anything, I would believe that this monthly is going to come down to tap 1991 again. That is the previous support. It's quite a strong support. So if anything, that's probably our target at 1991 for the monthly. However, we're 9 days in the monthly. We could still get a steeper top wick. It could just mess about for a while. Okay, but I would say you're probably going to come back down to 1991 at least before even going up to the upside. Okay. However, we are bullish on the monthly, so there's not much we can sort of take from it really. It's going to have to be lower time frames. Now the weekly is interesting. It's similar the case with the weekly. So you broke all the highs, you then broke back into the range, then you broke back above. However, you struggled to break above 2071. Okay, you've had two candles shown that we're not going that way. We need to come back down to fill the rest of the range before we do anything. So if you think about logically, if we struggled to drive from here and break these highs, why did we do that? Well, that's because this wasn't enough liquidity to get past them levels. So it's either going to come after do a pullback, which it's doing now. And where's the pullback going to come? Well, this is the next support. We've tapped it now. So is this enough liquidity to now push past these areas? Or do we need to break the lows before pushing past them areas? And if we need to break the lows, that means we should be breaking 1973 levels. Okay. So we've just got to see with the weekly. Now we are bearish on the weekly anyway, because this is the next range. So the bodies of the candles should come down to 2016, and they'll either close respecting or close into the next range below. Now, what is the only thing I'm a bit cautious of with this weekly, do you think? No top wick. We haven't had a top wick on this weekly. Okay. Or not much of a top wick. So, we're Tuesday today. So I do believe we need to have a top wick on this. Until this closes, we need to have a top wick. If this closes bearish, then I would expect the next candle to come up, create a top wick for it, and then flip. Okay, but so that tells me that at any point we can start pushing back up to 2047 levels because we need a top wick. Okay, so we do have to be cautious. If price does start pushing back up, it's maybe because we need a top wick. Now, if we mark this up, I'm just going to mark this up purple, but put it thin because this is just going to denote that this is the top wick for the weekly. Okay, so daily then. Now, if we looked, the daily's closed lovely now because the daily is now broke below this support here. So we're technically now in, there's a small range. There's a small range here. We're technically now in this range. Therefore, where should we be going? We should be coming down. The daily's done its top wick. Is that enough top wick in order to flip to come back down to tap 2018? Okay, that's what we've got to see. Now, technically, if we confirm that all the dailies come back down, which we haven't got much to confirm off, we could probably just get a sell stop off the daily. Let's see what this is. 80 pips. Yeah, that's something we could look at, to be honest with you, because it's done a nice top wick now. And now, where's it pulled back to? Well, it's pulled back to previous support. This is the next support here in this area. So it's came back and tapped them levels. So now this can flip at any point. Now, what I'm thinking is that wing back buy area, what I deleted at the start, that's probably gonna, maybe it's gonna bounce off there. Now, we have had an hour breakout to the high, so are we going to get a fake out with the next hour? That's probably something what I can see. And if we get that fake out on the next hour, that means the daily's going to flip to come down to 2018. So this is going to be our target for today, because once we get past here, we don't know what price is going to do. It could reject from here until we get a closure below 2018, which would be perfect, because the next range for the daily is down here in 1979. That would be lovely. But are we going to come and create a steeper top wick first? Time will tell. Time will tell. So, we've got our target up and we've got our target down. Now, what's going to tell us which way we're going to go? Well, what's the 4 hour telling us? The 4 hour, you have got a support. You have had a breakout on the 4 hour. So we've had a breakout on the 4 hour. We've struggled to break back into the range. So therefore, where should we be pushing? Well, we should be pushing. We're in this range, therefore we should be pushing up to 2047. 2047. Okay, so if we're going to be pushing that direction, why are these not driving though? Do we need more liquidity? We've got no bottom wick on this candle. Is this enough liquidity to drive, or do we need to come back down, tap 27 before going? Because from yesterday, if you watch yesterday's stream, remember what we said? When price hits that wing back buy area, it has to come back to 2033, even if it wants to drive. So does that mean we're going to pull back? If so, can we not just get a wing back buy on from 2027? And if we get that fake out, we've got a good advantage point anyway. So let's have a look at this. So when we get a close above, what happens to price? We get a close above. We do come back. we tap 2027, and then we go and tap 2047. So are we saying we need to tap 2047 before making its next move? Is that what we're saying? If that's the case, came down, closed above. So could we not just do that? $26 pips. Where would stops would only have to be big stops on there. And we were looking to get 30 pips there at that point. Potential 1-1. So are we going to come back to there, or is this area not right? The reason I'm picking this area is because you've got no bottom wick on this forward candle. So is that where we're going to pop down to, or we're going to pop further? You do tend to pop back down, and then we decide. So what if we push past it though? Does that mean we can push past it and take a second entry at 2020? Let's have a look at some more data, guys. We've got a potential wing back buy on. Back up. So down. Does that mean we can get a potential second entry at 2018 to come back up? Potentially. Potentially. Okay, so that's a potential, but I want to see on the hour, see what the hour looks like. So, three's come down. Oh God, but we're going to get this fake out here. Look at this. It's going to be perfect fake out this. I mean, if we get a fake out back into the area, guys, and we get a pullback, we'd be getting a seller stop on coming down anyway. But at the moment, if you think about it, we're bullish on the 4 hour. Now, we didn't break above this minor support, but there is a sort of support level like here. Broke above that. Didn't break above that. That was a fake out, pure fake out. We didn't break above this minor support. But the 4s are bullish, so what's going to happen with this 4? It's pure buy or sells where we're at the moment. Because if we get an hour close back into the area, it's just a case of, you know that's a fake out, you know you're going to come back down. So where's this hour zone here? So if we get an hour close below here, but you've still got 45 minutes left, so that means this could really drive. That wing back zone would have been absolutely lovely. But unfortunately we missed it. Fortunately. Normally don't. Now, what if we get a 30 close? Because the 30 is going to be the next candle. So if we get a 30 close below 2032, what happens to price? 30 close, you come down, you tap 2027. Because it looks like price tends to come and tap 2027 off the 4 hour anyway before it does anything. Because there's no bottom wick down here, remember. So this could just turn into our take partial move to break even. Okay, so let's see if we can get a 30-minute close without it driving. Now it could drive. Look at this 30-minute candle. This could easily drive down. Okay, we don't want it to drive. 30 close. Tap. straight up. We did have a fake out, or we're getting a fake out on the hour, straight through. I still would have played out mine. 30 close, back up. Because we are bullish on the 4 hours. Back up. I think the hour would be work better, but I think the hour can drive also. That's the thing, the hour can drive through them ranges, and we don't want to drive them through them ranges really sort of without us. Down, up. This wing back's nice as well. The majority of the time it does come back up. Comes back up to 20, 30, 31. And then the 4 hours bullish, so I do like that as a wing back. But are you going to come back up, or are you going to power through? So there's 40 minutes left of this hour. At the moment, this wing back's on, okay? Because we are bullish on the hour, so it's on. So if this hour comes down and activates it, then we're in, okay? But if we get an hour closure below and we don't get activated, and then we've got to sort of adjust accordingly, basically, okay? So at the moment, this wing back area is on, right? So this is what I've got set up at the moment. So it'd be a case of stops below target would actually be at 2046 level, because you've got a 4 hour bullish close, you've got a 1 hour bullish close. Okay, this is a pullback. Now this could be a fake out, but we haven't had the fake out as of yet. Okay, so I do believe also if price wants to come down, what should happen anyway is price should come in and pull back anyway. So price will probably pull back, so it's just a basic break and retest and then go. So it should give us a good advantage point. So I'm just working out, would this be our take partial move to break even, or would that be closer? They're all straight back up, aren't they? They're all back up. This would maybe take partial move to break even. Yeah. So what's that? 36. So that's what we've got going off. We've got a bullish previous close above the range. This range is not the cleanest, mind. It isn't the cleanest, because you have got areas. You had a fake out here which you didn't break above. You've got a man support here which you didn't break above. But the sort of more prominent ones we did break above. So I'm going off that really. So if we can just get a pullback on this 4 hour, back down, create a bottom wick for this, and then flip back to the upside, that would be lovely for us. Now the only other downside to this as well is we have already broke the highs on the 4 hour. What would have been better is if the 4 hour opened up, pulled down first, and then flipped to the upside. So with it doing a top wick and breaking the highs first, it just means it's picked up liquidity in order to pull back more. So is it going to pull back more and close bearish, which is not what we want. We want it to flip back to the upside, don't we? So the thing with these wing backs, what's really nice is even if the 4 hour comes down and closes like that, yeah, what's going to happen is, so let's say we've had a fake out, back in, we close like this, the new 4 hour, it's got to pull back anyway to our break even point where we can get out, even if it wants to drive down. And all we do at this point, it should give us a good advantage point to get out of break even, because we know we need to get out of break even because we've had a forward close below. Okay, so that's how we get out, is if the 4 hour closes below 2027. Now this also gets cancelled if the hour flips back bullish, obviously, closes below these levels. We sort of want the hour to close respecting, and then the new hour pops down and then flips. Okay, so that's what we've got going on at the minute. Let me get this in the signals, 2 seconds. That wing back would have been lovely though, wouldn't it?
Just left it on from yesterday.
Well, to be honest with you, I actually I don't know if you're in the signals, but I deleted it from the signals because I thought this, I was on my phone, man, I didn't really look at it. I thought this, I think our wing back area was like here. And we got missed by like 2-3 pips.
Yeah.
So I just deleted it. But obviously it's come back up, and this was the actual move by the looks of it. But yeah, it would have been nice, like.
Well, at least you didn't lose, mate.
Oh, good morning, Pete. How are you doing?
I didn't want to disrupt your flow, mate.
I didn't think you'd come on after the game. I didn't think I'd see you for a month.
Nah, mate.
I'm only joking, mate.
I'll stay with me, man.
Mate, it was a good game, to be honest. Like you've got to understand. Like, no offense to Sunderland, but we were expected to win. Really, like we've been playing Champions League football, man. Like,
it didn't really didn't bother us, but I'm not one of these people like kick off about it and that, mate. It was men against boys, you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, I tell you what, that centre back, I felt sorry for him because for me, he was looking at man of the match, even though he scored an own goal and gave a penalty away.
Well, at least he was getting involved.
Mate, I thought he was fantastic, mate.
Yeah,
How old is he? Do you know?
So 22, I think, mate.
Is he? I don't know how he's not in the Premier League, man. Like, he's better than Harry Maguire.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
well, I've had shits better than Harry Maguire.
I was gonna say he was unlucky for the own goal.
I think he had to go for it, didn't he?
He had to. Like, if he didn't, Isaac was there to put it in the net.
Yeah.
Most likely. So it was just unfortunate.
Yeah, it's what it is, mate.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good game, like. The atmosphere in that was good.
It was nice to have it back. I don't know, I don't know what the club was thinking, they pretty much fucking, rolled themselves out for you, you know what I mean?
I don't get what they were doing in the bar area. What was that?
I don't know, mate. They gave, did you hear the bit about the free beer that he's got as well?
Yeah.
What?
The Wi-Fi wasn't working.
Do you think them owners though don't know the history, because when did they take over? It wasn't long, was it?
Yeah.
So I don't think they know the history, do they?
No, well, I think that's what's pissed the fans off the most.
Yeah.
We've been sort of pushed out a little bit to accommodate you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go down well with the fans.
Well, you don't do that even if it's a normal game. You don't do.
Well, no. Nah, exactly. Your concern is your fans.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes, you can accommodate the away fans and things like that to a certain point, and that's giving them tea.
Yeah, but you're not going to make them. You know, you're trying to take every advantage to win the game, not to give it all to them, are you?
Yeah, well, that's it exactly. But I mean, I just think that playing out from the back, like when we were pressing so heavily,
suicide against a team like yours.
That was it. It was just Almiron was just there all the time. So for that goal where he took it and passed it to Isaac, you just think, what were you doing?
Yeah.
Trying to take him on at the edge of your box. It's not. Wasn't smart tactics.
But anyway, we're gonna trade our way out of the slump anyway.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Playoffs. I mean, to be fair, you've got every chance of going through the playoffs because you've got a decent team. So
we just need some experience, mate.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's a very young team, isn't it?
It's the youngest team in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a business model, mate. Yeah, we're Bellingham. We'll get about 40 million for Bellingham in the summer.
I mean, it's not what you want.
That's why they got rid of Johnson as well, wasn't it?
Well, that's it exactly. Look where he is.
We'll have to be careful here, lads. We're on YouTube, you know.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get you back in the Premiership, like. Would be good. We need to get Middlesbrough up as well. We need. I think it's good. It's good for the North East though, like the whole of the North. What it is, you want Northern clubs doing well. Really. Oh, fucking Hartlepool. They're going nowhere, them.
Oh, mate, have you seen what's happening with your owner and that?
No?
Right, thing. He's mentally.
Really?
He'll have his bankrupt within the next 5 years.
I don't follow Hartlepool, really. I did have a little spell, but I didn't really follow them growing up.
When he bankrupted his last club, and I don't know how he ended up getting another club.
Yeah, that's what they do though, don't they? From club to club.
Sad for the fans.
Yeah. I don't get the Man U model, me. What's going on with the Man U? The takeover, like 25%. So, are the Glazers now silent partners now then, or what? Because the whole...
He's got like...
What?
Football and control.
Has he?
He's got like football operations, yeah.
But they're still in there, aren't they? They're still going to be taking money out. I thought that was the whole point.
That's why they didn't want to get rid of it, because then that's a cash cow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you've got to get something back for your investment, like, but when you're not progressing, it's different, isn't it? I think that's part of the reason he left.
Well, the thing you're dead quiet, mind, Martin. But the thing with United, I think they know they're never ever gonna get it. It's like being at the top for so long, but really deep down they know they're never ever gonna top that.
You kind of.
So there's only sort of one way to go, really. Unfortunately, you're just never gonna top it, and that's why they're a bit. But that's why you'll just get loads of fans, changing. Yeah. You never used to see Newcastle tops on Anglesey in Wales. You start seeing them now.
Yeah, it happens all the time, mate.
You're not refereeing American football game?
Yeah, probably. Loads of Yanks as well. Fan base. Yeah. City was the same, you know. Like you'd never see a City top in Wales until obviously the takeover happened. And then you started seeing loads.
You used to only see them when they were burgling your house.
That was Liverpool, mate. That was Liverpool tops.
When we played City versus United at school when I was a kid, there was 4 of us played City against the rest of the year.
Yeah.
We got kicked all over the show, but we never won, but we had fun doing it. That was it, and I was in Stockport.
Yeah.
Big City fan base.
Do you think it's like 50-50 in the City, Martin? Or is it...
Not anymore.
Which way do you think it is more City?
More red.
Yeah. It's more City now.
Is it?
Manchester fans don't tend to live in Manchester. Man United fans don't live in Manchester.
Yeah.
Well, historically, because obviously the move and stuff like that, they moved out, haven't they, from where they are, and then you get fans and stuff and all that sort of thing. Because the popularity, we're getting there, so you can't really, the City fans, you can't take look at them anymore. Because we've got fans from all over the world.
Yeah.
I used to love policing United, because people come through, where's this, where's that?
Yeah. Where's the hospital? Where's the hospital? Oh yeah, go down there, go left, go right, nowhere near there.
Where's the local shopping centre? I think that they thought it was a shopping centre and that was something. Unclear, I don't know what you wanted.
Yeah.
You'd be my man, where's nearest toilet? Because that red brick building there was iron girth on top. Anywhere in there, mate.
Or on there.
Or on there, yeah. Excuse me.
That's it when you've got 2 teams in one city.
Yeah, it's fun. You haven't got that fun, have you? You've just got Monopoly.
Yeah, it's one club.
That's the thing, though. Like,
Far enough.
Newcastle's quite a big club, but they've got no competition around them. We've got like South Shields, Gateshead, Middlesbrough, Hartlepool. We've got loads of teams around us, and we still get like 40-odd thousand a week. You know what I mean? In the Championship.
Yeah. Yeah, but use a Premier League size club really.
Yeah.
Really for the club of yours, especially with the stadium light, like it's a Premiership stadium, that really.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
I mean, compare it with Bournemouth's. Do you know what I mean?
We're look at Luton's.
Luton, yeah. Going through council houses to bloody get to the stands. Mad, innit?
Just a house in a city.
Yeah.
Turned it into like a fortress, really. Though people hate going now.
Yeah.
Tight ground as well, isn't it? Ground quite nice.
Intimidating, innit?
Middlesbrough's the only team that's beaten us that haven't shot on target. Beaten 1-0 from the own goal.
Really? Yeah, that's good. Middlesbrough's ground's nice, like.
Not been up there to be fair.
Yeah, it's a nice ground, to be fair. They've had a tough time, like Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Bloody.
Is he still there?
I don't know who's there now. Just
Yeah, I think he is.
because my regiment in the army, it was mainly like Middlesbrough fans, all Teesside lads. All Middlesbrough fans,
Tell you what,
really.
They've had some good teams in the past. I was watching.
Aw.
I was watching something about Janino the other day.
Mint player he was.
Aye, brilliant.
Yeah, he was a mint player.
That's big.
Mm.
Yeah. Aye, it was class. The white fella. That's what he used to call. That was his nickname, wasn't it? The white fella.
No, I used to watch lots of film. Always watch better teams than yourself playing better football because it's more interesting.
Mm.
I mean, to be fair, you got to hand it to City, but I just don't like teams that sanitise football to that extent. You know what I mean? Where it's like a business.
The money.
It's well, not so much the money. It's just like regimental. There's no soul in it.
Mm.
I pumps them up, it's a lot more enjoyable.
I know.
So what you're saying is the wealth should be shared amongst the rest of the teams so that they can compete. Is that what you're saying, man?
Sorry, man, I didn't get that. So say it again.
You're saying, no, what you're saying there is that the wealth should be shared amongst the rest of the teams in the league so that people can actually build a team that can compete.
Yeah, I'm happy
Yeah.
with that. I know, I'm not wanting to say that people shouldn't invest in the club and support that. I think they should. I'm against that. I think we support that. It's there to keep United up there.
Well, it's that's the thing. It's there. They've closed the door after the horse has bolted, haven't they?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. It's to stop anybody else doing the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
I want Newcastle to come and invest and get better. I want them to have Phillips, because he's doing nothing for us. And we've never been a club who says no, you've got to stay.
Yeah, you should go to Newcastle then.
And make Newcastle better and get them more competitive. He's not, and the more competitive the league, the better off the football is. And yeah, you're going to get some drop-offs. You're always going to get some drop-offs. But yeah, if you're going to invest in a club, it's your money. It's a business, isn't it? Invest.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't you?
Yeah.
I do think that transfers and wages should be capped though.
Yeah, well,
100%.
have you heard my way to do it? It's probably the best way to do it. And it,
Give it you.
don't want me to tell you.
What?
Okay, so because I mean we have this issue with players thinking they're gods and that now, don't we? Because they get paid too much from such a young age. So my way of doing it is, and all it is as well with the team, it's not fair because you know if you offer a player who you're trying to sign 200 grand a week, someone like a City or Newcastle now will come and go, well, we'll give you £300, 300 grand a week, as long as it's within FFP. Okay. Now, what they should do is this will resolve everything really, and it'll probably save the owners money as well, right? And it'll flip the switch to players have all the power at the minute, and I think that's wrong. For me, players should be over the moon that even getting any money to play football, because at the end of the day, it's football. Like they're playing a game. The thing with football now, it's like it's who you know really getting to become a player. Everybody knows someone, yeah. In order to get a player, but England could be such a good, better team if the opportunity for players to come through was all fair and they didn't know anyone and had proper scouting system, proper through the academies type of thing. Okay. Now, what I would do with clubs is every club has the same wage per game, and it's like a bracket system. So, do you know when we do these Sky Bet ratings and you have these fantasy teams, and you know if a player plays good, they get rated. It's out of 10. Yeah, one player gets 10, another one gets 9, 8, and all the way down. It's like that. But if you get the highest score, you get the highest wage. Let's say you've got a 500 grand for wages for each match. Whoever played the best gets the highest amount of money. And then the second best gets a bit less than him, and then a bit less than him, a bit less than him. If you're on the bench, you all get like 3k or something. Yeah, if you come on, you jump straight away to 5k. So what that does is, that will then massively change the mindset of the player. It'll make them want to work harder, want a proper graft on that pitch because they're getting a wage. That means you won't get the likes of Harry Maguire's now happy to sit on the bench and take a huge wage, right? Also, so it'll change the power back to the club, and they have to put the effort in for the fans, but also to attract players as well. You can't just go out and just offer that player more money and another club come along and offer them more money to come. What you have to do is you have to invest in everybody. Is on the same wage that way. So it's not about the wages. You have to invest in the surrounding areas, as in making it a nice place to live for that player to want to live there. So, you know, making crime rate low, having better facilities, better training facilities, just within the surrounding areas, making it a nice place to live. That's what they should do. However, at the end of the day, it's a business. It's not a charity. But this is where football's, I think, it's gone in the wrong direction. Because it's a people's game, in my eyes. And what you've got is these businessmen have come in and took advantage of it. And know they can make a hell of a lot of money from it. And that's where it's gone wrong in football.
So it started with the Premier League, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some of these players, man, you're like, why are you even on the pitch? Why are you on the pitch? Like, it's crazy.
Premier League's a different thing, though, isn't it? I always say, if you want to watch proper football, as in what we used to watch, you have to go down the Championship as well, because that's where the real teams are and where the real top football is. I mean, you've got Stockport County and be a shout at the players in the day. It's funny. On a Friday night. The Premier League's a separate entity now. It's just pure business.
Yeah.
Player power. There's no player power at City. Pep won't want it. Kicks you out. That's it. Gone.
Yeah.
It's down to the club to sort itself out for me. Clubs like United, there's some toxic on there. Arteta's got his head down in Arsenal now.
Yeah.
He's got one person or the whole club going in one direction. Klopp,
That's the way it used to be, wasn't it?
yeah, Klopp's got all the. If you upset Klopp, there's no chance you play with Liverpool. But I think it's just clubs like United. Probably will. I feel sorry for Ten Hag. United's bad. A few clubs like that. Everton is one as well. Badly. People in there thinking, why are you there? Todd Bowley at Chelsea. God knows what he's doing. Who's in charge there? I mean, Pochettino doesn't get a say on who's that. Is that? He's got to put in the team. There's 30 players and he's in the team.
I think that's ridiculous, that the Chelsea situation at the minute.
Oh, it's mental, isn't it?
Well, that's it, isn't it?
The thing what you've got was when it's business head is this is where you get these situations where you've got rubbish players. They'll have a half decent season, and what they'll do is they'll get massively bigged up because the business, the club will want to big them up because they want to sell them. And I think that's what happened with Harry Maguire. He wasn't playing, wasn't getting his game. He wouldn't leave the club because he wouldn't take a wage cut. So what the club, all they can do is go, right, we need to big him up. And then if you noticed, on all the Man U pages, they were all saying how good he was and how amazing he played. And I think it was a publicity stunt to start people seeing actually he's playing really good because there's stuff on there about him every week. So then they can sell him at an alright price. But these English players, they have one decent. Rashford, perfect example. He had one decent season. He's been rubbish since. But they just get overrated, these English players, because they're English and they cost a fortune. Yeah.
At the age of the John Collins reported that's when United and Liverpool in heyday, and that's what the conclusion of all United fans and Liverpool fans, and that's what they're all posting about, and that's something that you as a Newcastle fan start getting negative things, you start getting up there in the top four consistently, that's when they start attacking you.
Yeah.
There's been an agenda within our media for decades now, isn't there?
You should never listen to the news.
Nah. Go to Facebook. That's where all the truth is.
That's where it's true. Good morning, Abby.
They do fact check and everything on that.
Just don't listen to anything and just stay in your own lane and make your own judgments.
Yeah.
You've got to see who it is that's peddling the story and what their background is. And sell, because everyone's trying to sell something. That's clickbait,
Yeah.
Anyway, that's quite cheery, isn't it?
Yeah. As soon as you start talking football, you just Martin just looks up into the air, has a little sniff, and then it's like, oh, they're talking football there. Straight on. He doesn't even trade, Martin. He's not even a member. He just joins on TNS somehow. I don't know how, but he just knows there's football talk. Right, so anyway, trading, right? What we're here for. So, what we want from this hour, and it's going pretty good. This hour's not driving. We sort of want this hour to close respecting either this or this, okay? But we need to see it closing respecting, because what should happen then is we're going into the last hour of the 4 hour. Now we broke the highs on the 4, remember, so that's a sign that price wants to push up. But we're going to the last hour. So what should happen technically, right? Why are we not driving here? We're not driving here because this wasn't enough liquidity to carry on driving if we close bearish like this. Okay, so what does that mean then? It means we're going to have to break the lows to go up. So breaking the lows, we need to break this. And where should we push to? Well, what's telling us? There's no bottom wick on this 4 hour. So if we're going to push anywhere, we're probably going to come and tap that area and then flip to the upside. So if we can get something like this, this hour closes bearish, but closes respecting either 2034.48 or 2032.82, and then the new hour pops down, breaks all the lows, closes either doji or then flips. It'll probably close doji, I would imagine, and then the next hour would then go, because he'd be back in that range at that point, coming back up to 2046. But I would imagine the next hour should do that pop down and then come back. We're taking partial move to break even anyway here, 2031, which I believe is 35 pips. So we're all looking good at the minute because we're not driving down. So yeah, that would be the 4 hour then, flipping back down to the downside and then flipping to the upside and closing doji again. Okay, closing doji again. That means we've struggled to break back into this area from 1, 2, 3 candles. Okay, so at that point we'll be risk free at that point. So that is the plan. So we're just waiting for a close in 10 minutes, guys. So get yourself a brew. Do what you need to do.
Back to football chat then.
Yeah, back to football. Anyway. What do you think to Gareth Southgate? What? Are you thinking he holds them back? Yeah, I do feel that, like. The thing with Gareth Southgate, you've got to look at where he came from. Like, he came from Middlesbrough, and they weren't in the Championship. I don't know how he got the job. Oh, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, that was it. But for me, like, we won't. I didn't want us to get through the group stages last competition because I do believe we won't win anything with him, and I don't want the guys we've got now to get older where they're not at their peak. I think, how are we not winning tournament at the moment with that team? And I think it's him. Yeah, you're right, holding them back, especially when the likes of other teams are not that good. Like Germany's not the best at the minute. You know, we can take advantage of it. I don't know. I mean, Eddie Howe's done an amazing job.
Would he come from you? He's doing a great job. Getting paid more week to week. He's a young bloke doing week to week job.
Yeah. Well, put yourself in his shoes, right? Now, he was out of work for a year. I think he chose that anyway, though. But he went from Bournemouth, done amazing with Bournemouth, and then obviously got them relegated. Everyone only remembers about him getting them relegated. Like, he done unreal for them. And then what he's done with us. But I think deep down he'll know that he's going to get replaced eventually. Yeah, I think he will, mate. Yeah, I think he will. All he needs is probably one season where we don't progress. This season's a let-off, I think, for him. So we don't need to, because we're in Champions League and the injury and all that. I think if we don't progress next season, I think that's when he'll be looking at getting replaced. One season where he doesn't progress, and he'll get replaced, I think.
Joe, it saddens me, really. I think cracking manager.
Oh.
I mean, look at the trials and tribulations behind it. Like, good managers, they've like Mourinho and people like that.
Yeah, I think.
They haven't done it at United, although Mourinho said he got second. Don't know. There's not that many managers out there. Deserving. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He plays to get in.
Who? Mourinho.
No, deserving.
Oh, do you know what? I'd have Mourinho, me.
Would you?
Yeah, well, do you know what it is? He loves the club because of Bobby. Because of Bobby Robson.
I think the football is basic,
At the end of the day, though, he wins stuff, doesn't he? He does win stuff. I know it's boring, but he knows how to win. We need a manager who has won stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we do. We just need to. We need someone who knows how to win stuff. Has got experience of winning stuff.
I think I can win stuff.
Do you?
I think it's just timing, isn't it? You know, I mean, I think we should have beat Man U. They just
Yeah.
weren't up to it at
Yeah.
that point. Now that we've had some of the players have gone through the experience of, you know, playing some of the best teams in Europe, I think that could be enough just to give them that little nudge.
The little experience.
Yeah, for the bigger games, you know, and I think had we not had so many injuries,
Yeah.
I think we would have made it out of those group stages, no bother. You know, a little bit of luck.
Well,
Oh,
we got robbed.
The game in Paris was, you know, we were robbed
Yeah.
in that game, and that could have been the difference maker
Yeah.
to take it to AC Milan at home at St James's Park. You know, I think we were very unlucky. But if you give Howe the chance, and we have a good season where we don't have that many injuries, or we've got enough players to rotate properly, I think he can win things.
Yeah.
You know, and then I think if he does win things with us, and then decides that he wants to go to England, I think that would be the better option. And he's had that winning experience himself as a manager to take that into a national team.
Yeah.
But
Now, if you ask the question, who do you want? I would love Eddie Howe to go all the way with us because British manager, what he's done, like the way I haven't seen this from other managers really. This is why during the season when we were 19th and we were on so many points, and that record of every team who's been in that position has been relegated. We're the only team who's done it. And then we ended up in the Champions League. I don't know how he didn't get. Well, I know how. He didn't get a manager of the season. No other manager's ever done that. I know that's when Pep got the treble, though, wasn't it? That's why he got that. But honestly, yeah. But like, it was just what he done was unreal, man. To go from that position to then, getting fourth was just crazy.
I don't know how well he's rated by Newcastle fans, but they want that nice big shiny European thing.
We don't.
European manager.
Yeah, I'm not into that, me. I love what the club's doing at the minute. I think they've built up the trust at the minute with the fans with what they've done.
yeah,
They haven't gone out and bought everyone, and do you know what it is? They're not a pushover either. So when people want loads of money for players, they're just not doing it.
yeah, I think 90% of the fans would prefer that we keep Howe
Yeah,
and try and create like an Alex Ferguson situation. We have the same manager. Because as you have mentioned, you look at Man United and since he left, all the managers that they've had, it's never really been good enough, has it? So you never know what you're going to get. And we might get a world-class manager who's won things, but that's not to say that, they're immediately going to win things with Newcastle. So I think I would prefer it, and I think 90% of our fans would probably say keep him.
I think you keep a manager and you get better and better.
yeah. The longer you keep them,
Look at Arteta at Arsenal.
unless it's Steve Bruce.
Good manager, yeah. Don't keep a good one. That Norwegian that United had.
Ole Gunnar, yeah. Kept him for too long, didn't they? I think the thing with Man U, like, they need to, and it's only going to get worse. I think. I do. I think it's just down. Even with the new owners, me.
Yeah, that's because they do know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Although they haven't done anything with that French club yet.
With who?
Is it Lille?
Don't know.
Lille. Got 40% stake in Lille.
Oh, the...
They're not doing better than they were.
Yeah, but they're never going to get back up there, are they?
But I mean, there's no reason why they can't. Like you say, it's just having a business model and trying to find players who are wanting to play for the club. Because I mean, you can go around and everybody knows who Manchester United are.
Yeah, but everyone knows Ronaldo as well, and he's slagged off everything.
But I mean, that's, you know, I think when we were talking about wages and stuff like that, you look at getting Sancho back
Yeah.
and things like that. And he was on 50 grand a week at Dortmund, and then comes back to Man United and he's on 350 grand a week.
Yeah, stupid, isn't it?
You know,
That got us 20 million, that though, for Sancho being sold.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy with that. We had a
Not
sell
bad.
before, is that right, wasn't it?
I think this is why I'm hoping like Tony goes for like 150 million, because I think we've got like a 9% sell-on clause or something like that.
Who was he? Yours?
He was at ours, yeah. I think we sold him to who was it? Was it like Portsmouth or something like that? For like 500k.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he never hit the ground running with us, so. But I mean, not many people really did they? Through the Ashley era. Oh, horrible. But this is the situation, and this is why we are so heavily restricted by FFP. Is because he basically just, yes, he might have got rid of debt and things like that, but there wasn't really any investment, and it was just a cash cow for him. So, you know, we had no advertising. It was Sports Direct, which is his company. So, and I think he paid over the what was it, 12 year that he was with us or something like that. He paid us something like, you know, a few $100 grand for advertising. So, you know, we're not in the same leagues as your Man U's, your Chelsea's, your Liverpool's, your Man City's. It's going to take a while to build all of that.
You know, the people who own you are all together going in the right direction.
Oh, 100%. Well, this is it, you know, and it's only going to get bigger season after season after season. So, you know, this is why I think a lot of, you get the, obviously, the small percentage of fan bases who are, you know, think that we should be immediately getting the stars in and hitting Champions League every season, things like that, where the majority of us know it's a project that's being built, and we're pretty much starting from the ground.
16
So,
years it's taken us to get to where we are.
well, this is it. You know, it's not a thing that happens instantly. If you have an already established team, you can come in and in a transfer window spend 600 million. We can't do that, and we won't be able to do that for at least another 5 to 10 years. And I think they clearly know that.
You won't want to do that, do you?
Well, that's it, exactly.
Balances your club, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, exactly. Chelsea is a prime example.
Money doesn't guarantee you success. United being in every season, that money is you've got to have everyone going in the same direction. You've got to find players that you are going to utilise and fit the system.
Yeah.
We've got 30 players and 6 different managers. What system we're playing, no one still knows what system we're playing now.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we've had a hour close. Okay, now the hour's closed nice for us. It has closed respecting this support, so technically we are still in this range. We are still in this range coming back up. However, I don't think we can drive unless we break these lows one more time. But this candle's opening up now and it's pushing up. We really want it to push down first. We don't want it to push up too much first. We need it to create that bottom wick first, and then it gives it a chance to flick back to the upside. So if this comes and breaks the highs, it'll probably carry on. And then that means, but it'll carry on, but I don't think it'll drive to 2047. But it means we'll get something like this. Probably coming up. Oh shit. And then going up like that. So fingers crossed this can flip to the downside. And the thing is, this is setting up nicely to take a sell of because you're gonna have to break the lows again, I would believe, if you want to go. So couldn't you take a sell stop underneath? The reason you can't take a sell stop because everything is bullish, because you've even closed respecting all the forwards. If we had a bearish fall, we could potentially take a sell stop from that 1 hour, but we just can't do it, even though we sort of really feel that price is going to come down. But I just can't do it. Because it might not. It might not, and this could just flip activators and flip back to the upside, because this is close respecting. So now I want us to get a plan together that if we do start breaking the highs, and if this is the move to carry on, how can we exploit it? Well, the only thing we can do at the minute is probably lower time frames. Lower time frames, looking for price breaking the highs on the lower time frame and breaking into the next ranges. So for example, if we can get probably not a 5. How did this 5 close here? Really trying to suck us in there, isn't it? So if we can get 15, where does that go? 10 minutes left for a 15. I think we're just gonna have to wait here. But I'm just thinking, can we take the 30? Because if this is the last hour of the 4 hour and the first half of the 1 hour, if we get a 30 minutes, it's probably going to be this 30. So if this 30, because this 30 is close respecting, if this 30 breaks out anywhere, we could technically just, that should be the move. If you think about it, last hour of the 4 hour, the first 30 of the 1 hour, if the 30 breaks out here, because we've closed respecting, the next area is above these highs, and we've already had a fake out, so it's probably unlikely you're going to get another fake out back to the downside. So that 30 technically should be the initiation for the move for the forward to push and drive. Does that make sense? If the 30 closes doji, that then would mean that the next 30 is probably going to close bearish. But is it going to come? Is the 30-minute candle going to have room to come down here? Probably not. That means the 1 hour is going to close bearish, and if the 1 hour can close bearish respecting this area, and then we'll be able to pop down and reach. It's like being able to reach. The closer we are, the easier it is to reach, but also the easier it is to drive past. So you sort of want to get the balance of, you don't want to get too close because you don't want it to drive past, but you want to get close enough where price can just push, reach, grab our buy limit, and then pull back straight away. That's what it's like. And looking at previous candles, this area would probably be better for the reach down to then go. So we're just gonna have to wait at the minute, guys. There's nothing much going on. But what's nice is, I mean, this did close respecting this little area. Yeah. I mean, that wing back from yesterday was perfect. Absolute perfect. Tapped it in one candle. Tapped, straight back down. I think it was 33, wasn't it? That would have been an absolute beauty trade. Beauty trade. So I'm going to go make a cup of tea. Scream if it does start popping down. We'll see. We need this 30 to flip, really. We ideally need this 30 to... Because you haven't got any bottom wicks on these either. So you need this 30 to flip. Close doji. Or, no you don't. You need it to actually flip and drive. That's what we need. Flip and drive. And I believe you can actually do that. Because look at previous data. Look at this candle here. That's one 30-minute candle. Look at that. We came from this level. Came from this level. One 30-minute candle comes down, reaches, taps our wing back area, then pulls back and closes like that, and we're left with a wick. That's my wick, by the way. Yeah, and then obviously the new candle then would pull back anyway. Even if this wanted to carry on driving down, you're gonna get a pullback. And where should the pullback go? Well, it's gonna come and tap previous support, isn't it? And previous support's 2032. Tap previous support, even if it wants to flip to fill the wick, you're still gonna get that tap. And at that point, you know, we're out the trade. We're done. Okay, so we're still good. We know the 30 can do that. You have got a potential 30-minute sell set up now with a sell stop underneath, but it's just risky because the hours close respecting and the 4 hours are bullish. So taking a sell stop from here, you could just get activated. It could just flip and go. That's why I'm not taking it. But there is a setup there, but it's not 100% for me. And the way I look at trading, I always say this: it's like a sniper. It's like a sniper. You've got eyes on the targets. If you take the shot and miss, the following ones are going to be hard. Okay, so you get that one shot to take it out, and that's the way I look at it. And just having that mindset, sort of, that's why we've got such a high win rate. Because I'm pretty picky with my trades. I would prefer this over this sell stop now down. Because if you think about with this, you're probably going to have to break the low anyway to create a bottom wick. Okay. Nah, we're waiting out. Talk myself into it. Who have we got on this morning? Ooh. Did you like my snail last night in the chat? Okay, here we go. He's the 30. Look, this 30 popping down now. Now, could I have... fallen to floor. Fallen to floor. The biggest injury in football. Bruno Fernandes. Got a 15-minute bearish close. Come on, get down there. I mean, this 30 minute, what does this? What time's that? 5:30. So it can really just pop down here. going to happen with like a pop, but it'll be. Will it be the next 15, or is it even going to do it? This is the thing, guys. We've got to just wait. We've got to wait. We've got to wait. Right, yeah, I'm going to go make a brew, guys. I'll be back in a sec. Are we looking? Not moved, have we? Can the next 15 be the one? Can the next 15 be the one? It is one 15-minute candle. What does it? That's not. So it builds up, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Okay, what's this 15 doing? So we've had now a 15-minute closure. bearish. So Claire's put in the chat, we need to stop talking about football and start talking about love and relationships and mix it up a bit.
No plans.
Love and relationships. So I'm just thinking with this 15, so if you think about it, the first 15 closed bearish and then it's pushing up, breaking the highs. So if this is going to flip, it's going to flip and push down to at least 2031. But if it's going to drive up with this 30, it means it's going to do it now, isn't it? Or unless it closes doji, and then the new one's going to come down anyway. Break the laws. So could we not just... That would be 13 pips. Because you should be coming down to break the laws anyway, 2022, unless you got a 15-minute close in there. And if the 15 closes in, I don't know if this 30 is going to flip and drive though. If anything, it's probably doji, isn't it? See how we get on. We sort of want the 15 closing back in, because we're now turning bullish, and then we get a big pop down. But this should be this. Well, this can potentially flip and come and fill the range at 2031. Okay. The reason I can't take sells is because the hours close respecting. So at any point this can flip to the upside, because you've technically had an S play. So you've had one candle breakout, and then you've closed respecting. So technically this one now should come down, create a bottom wick, and then flip to the upside. And that whole move would be an S play. All of this. But we want to see if we can get down. I want to see if we can get a daily close below 2018 tonight. Be good. Should be a good rest of the week, because on the dailies, the next range for the daily is down in 1978. So the range is pretty nice if we can get a close below 2017. So that is my new today. There might be a fast trade on, guys, so you've got to just be alert here. There could be a fast trade on. If the lower time frames is showing me that yes, this is initiating the move to push up, then something might open up in a certain way where we can just quickly exploit it. What are you doing, 15? I do like this though. I am 5. The only thing with this trade is the daily, because if you look where we've got our wing back buy from, it's the daily flip. So if the daily is going to flip, is the daily going to drive? it should still pull back anyway to tap our 2031, because that's previous support on the daily. But this is probably tells me that it means we might get an hour close below. So could we not take the seller as well? Because technically you could just have a sell stop off the daily now, really, and set and forget. And all you do is just cover the highs of the daily, either the previous day. But you should be coming down to 2018, I would think, on the daily. Now where do these pull back to? So if we look at these ones, look left. Daily came down, tapped these levels. Daily came down, tapped these levels. The new daily pushed back all the way to 2041, which is basically previous support, 2041. Okay, tapped 2041 and then flipped and drove down to 2018. Okay, but within that, this still played out, because remember, the daily's not just, the daily just doesn't like that, it's constantly moving up and down like that. Yeah, and then when you get a flip, it's moving up and down like that. And that's how candles move. So I'm just thinking, could we get a wing back off the daily from 2041 if we do push up? Because that's the next zone. This wouldn't be the target then at this point. It means you don't actually need to tap that. Let me have a look left. Oh, look at this here. Look at this. Daily. Down. Pull back. Tap. Where would stops be? I really like that. I think that would do us. Wing back sell from here. Wing back sell, because that could be the daily. So that tells us what this is telling us, that means we could push up further. We could push up to 2041. That's what it tells us, and then the daily can still flip. So are we going to push up to 2041 before coming back? What would stops be like though? Huge. This is the thing with these ranges here. You'd have to just go off the next daily, I suppose. So you would just go, stops would be above the high maybe. But it's big. Remember, these are daily, so it doesn't really make a difference. Because you're aiming for 140 pips, say, or even 100 pips. Stops at this point would probably just be the high, and then, because if you think about it like this, if the daily does drive and breaks above, okay, it's not going to break like that. It's probably going to be something like that, breaking just this high, because that's the next support. So if it does break like that, what's the new daily going to do? Well, it's going to come back down anyway. It's going to have to come back down to test previous support, which is 2040, to then flip to the upside. So that's where we would then get out off the daily. So we've technically got a higher time frame trade setting up here, and it looks something like this. I mean, you could cover the highs, I suppose, but the daily, it would be your target would be the 2018 mark, because at that point you don't know where you're going. At that point, that's where price would make a decision what to do. So what would that look like on a lower time frame then? Where would take partial move to break even be? The take partial move to break even would be, and the way you work this out is when price taps it, where does price go? So we tap it here. If we're pushing up, we pull back to 2035. So you're looking for the minimum area, 2035. This is a longer time frame trade. So that's what we've got going on, guys, for the daily. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's get that in. Winston. Get this on the signals. 2 seconds. 40. 1. 0. 1. .86. 5.75. TP2 would be 2018.63. I just want to confirm with these lower time frames so you can get a, if that is the entry. Back down to that, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is a sort of trade you sort of just watch on the daily, guys. So that would play out nicely, to be honest with you. Sell limit 2041. 65. 2035.7. TP2 2018. Yeah, lovely. Okay, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. That's how a daily swing that is. I'm just going to get some light in here now. That's light. Like, what did the 30 do? Did the 30 close? Look, so the 30's closed bullish. So, is this the initiation for the move, or are we still, because we can still get a pop down, then a flip. Can we get a pop down that far though? That's a thing. Because where are we at? We're here, aren't we? We don't really get. Oh, we can actually. Yeah, we can. We can still get a pop. Okay. Okay, you haven't actually broke above this minor support here, so what is price doing? It's just not driving, is it? If the hour closes bullish, it might happen on the next hour. That would be the 4, wouldn't it? The 4 hour, new 4 opens up, pulls back, taps, and then goes. That could be the one. Or the new 4 might open up, tap 2040, and then pop back down. We will see, guys. We've just got to wait it out at the moment. What would these pips be? 250. to check news as well. Okay. A 3-hour close in 25 minutes. 2 hours flipping. The hour is the hour drive, and that means the forward's going to drive. Is that going to drive? Everything's looking nice, nice. Can we get up to our little zone here? Because if the hour closes above, I mean, this is still on really with the daily. But it just means we might pop up first. And if we can pop up first, where are we going to pop up to? You've got areas here at 2039 where you should be coming back down really. Did we pop up at 2039? We didn't. We popped to 2038. That wing back buy was perfect, man. That was lovely. Because the next zone after that is actually 2047. So are we going to pop to 2047 before coming back down? Could we not just take a wing back sell from 2047 back to 2041? The get out of that second trade would be break above 2047. Can we get a pop down? If we can get an hour close above, new hour opens up, which is a new forward, pops down, breaks all the lows, and then flips, that would be perfect for us. Back up to 2041. So, patience, guys. We've got to be patient. Because I do believe the daily is going to flip to the downside. Right, but at what point is it going to flip? It's either going to flip here or here. But our stops are covered. So even if it wants to drive. Wrong one. So we have got some high impact news at 1:30. So just be careful if you are setting the second position on a limit. Should we get some tunes on? Or should we put the Relentless Trading Lounge?
I was going to say, this is our opportunity to talk about love and relationships.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, do you know one thing I really love? Football.
Football. Relationship between us and my football.
I really love.
A milky latte.
Oh,
and
I do.
Football.
I do like a milky latte. Do love a milky latte.
More of an espresso man myself.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Too strong for me then.
Got hooked on it. Working long hours.
Yeah. Come on, baby. Do you know what it is? There's a perfect setup there for the daily flip. Daily flip to the downside with just a simple sell stop underneath. But if we can catch this wing back, we should have some nice flyers. Should be really nice flyers. And we haven't had a flyer for a while, have we? How are you getting on with your trading, Martin? With what? Sorry, the broker.
No, it's
Pension coming in.
yeah.
Oh right, sorry, I couldn't hear you. You did quiet. Is it quiet for you, Dan?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
But I can just hear.
I'm deaf, mate. I'm bloody deaf. Deaf in one ear.
Is that any better?
That's better. Yeah. Oh, so you're just waiting for that to come in?
So I didn't chase that round yesterday. It should all be automatic on the course being public sector.
Yeah.
I got to chase it down to find.
Are you getting the Dean?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as the money comes in, bang them in, and I'm gonna do what's it? On the
Yeah. It's unreal, the Dean. Like you see it in the chat.
Oh God, yeah. You see the trading ideas last year. It's like,
Yeah. The trade IDs are like on fire. Really good.
yeah, no, it's all good.
But you don't need it though. As in, you can always get there without it, but it just takes longer.
It does. It's a shortcut, and I'm always
Yeah. Nice.
That's the advantage this year. Get the deal, get on there.
Yeah. Well, this will help you with it massively with Meraki. It'll massively help you with your entries and that. So yeah, a couple of weeks of live trading, mate. Watching live trading, like what you're doing, you'll be on it already. Really, you learn so much from live trading because you go through all the emotions and everything.
That is something I'm hoping I can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a human being.
That's it. That's it. Oh yeah, he'd be sound. Sound.
It's each his own time, so that should be next week. You see me somewhere in south of France.
Yeah. Is that you? We know then.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Class.
Not to get out south of France for a trip, thank you.
Because how long did you do?
28 and a half years.
28 and a half years. Bloody hell,
10
man.
years as a banker, when I was the bank manager.
Yeah.
And then 28 and a half years.
Class.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have like chill out now, can you?
Chill out and enjoy the trading.
I do look back and I just think, do you know what? If I was still in the army now, I've got like mates who are like nearly finishing the 22 years. I'd be knocking on the door, and you look back and think, do you know what? If I stayed in, I'd probably be at this rank. Like I've got mates who are like RSMs and that, like W01s, and they sort of joined just before me, really. But you can't regret, can you?
No,
You can't regret.
You're in a different place, aren't you? I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
I've
That's
stayed in the past 5 years, especially. I looked at my face.
yeah. Yeah. That's it, man. Do you know what? I wish I picked up trading while I was in the army, though. Because, oh, mate, I was in Cyprus my last 2 years, and every night I was just in my room just drinking. So it was just like, I had nothing to do in the evenings. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if I had something like this, it would put me in a position where I can leave easy, and that's what bloke. The thing with people in the army, the majority of people want to get out, right? Especially the infantry, but they're scared to get out because they've got bills to pay and things like that. But if you had something like trading, something they can do on the, because there's now for the lads to do in the evening, you know. I had blokes in Cyprus where as soon as that Friday come, they would just buy crates and crates of beer, sit in the lobby of the accommodation, and just they'd be there like Monday morning. You know, smashed, just drinking all weekend because there's nothing else to do. But if you had something like this where they're learning a skill, this will, you know, give them the option to then get out if they choose to get out. Do you know what I mean?
The more options you've got, the better off you are, aren't you?
Yeah.
You get stuck. I've been stuck. You're not stuck. You've been doing this for 5 years.
Nah. That's it, man.
That's what's that. It's actually.
You do this full time, Pete?
Yeah, it's all I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way. And like you say, if you can do a couple of hours a day.
Well, you know me, I like to be done for 11, but
Yeah.
since we've sort of started the trade IDs, I do have to jump on sort of New York and that, and look for some setups in New York. But, I mean, it's sort of, it's nice. You know what it is? Because I was always away in the army. Always away.
Yeah.
So it's nice to actually be home.
But
all
this is it, I
day.
was gonna say, you can, even if you've got to jump on in the afternoons and stuff like that, it's still, you've still got plenty time in the day for
Yeah.
doing things that you want to do, spending time with the wife and the family, and
Yeah.
so it gives you that freedom to do that.
And in the summer, like, I'm trading and then beach.
Yeah.
Because we've got lovely beaches around us. Beaches, and the beaches are quiet because everyone's at work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just great.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've gone even quieter,
I
Martin.
know, man. You fell asleep.
He's just walked away from his computer.
Have you got your headphones in?
Yeah, I'm on headphones.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it might be the mic on the headphones. Are the Bluetooth ones? What's that?
Is that any better? Yes, no?
Yeah, it's better, yeah. It's better. It's better. Just. 15's gonna fly here.
That smells so to invest in then.
Yeah. Well, we can hear you now, like. I don't know if you changed the settings or what.
No, I've taken the headphones off.
Ah, right.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, much better.
There's only me here, so I don't know.
Can we get
Mrs.
back?
upstairs, she's like, no, you can stick to you do
Yeah. Definitely, I was on headphones for the first couple of weeks last year of joining. But, a desk and a chair from Free Cycle,
That's all you need.
and it's a Lenovo Think Center for 110 quid off eBay. Because my PC that I've had is old. I managed to get it started and it's running Windows XP. So I was just like, nope.
Didn't you have to wind it up at the back to get it started?
Yeah.
10 pounds of buggers around, they're like 6 foot tall, aren't they?
Alright.
Yeah, you don't need much really. You can do it on a laptop, but it is harder on the laptop. You need a mouse, I think. Well, you don't need a mouse. Come on, I'm being a bit thingy here, but it's just a lot easier. You go now. I probably won't have time. I'm close to a setup here.
Yeah, it will be like 11 after.
Potentially, then let me know when you're done. Yawn. Bye, Craig. Now, what you saying, Martin?
So do you do what you're saying for me PC then? understand about things.
Yeah, literally, I bought a L-shaped desk, right? Just a one off Amazon, nice cheap one, flat pack. And then what I've done is actually cut the L bit off and put my little file. I've got a little filing cabinet on, to the side, and then two monitors. I have two monitors. The monitors were probably the most expensive things. And then the computer. I can't remember how much I paid for the computer. I bought a decent one. Because I like gaming as well, me. I game on it as well. But I need a new cooler because it keeps overheating at the minute. But yeah, and then that's it. Webcam, cheap. Mic, cheap. Speakers, cheap. And that's it. Just comfortable. Comfortable.
So that was my concern, was, I mean, your trading and your, your MT4, like, what you're doing, just me. So two screens, yeah, work.
Yeah, well, what I do, it's not even for MT4. My MT4 gets closed down. I don't look at it. This is what really helped me with trading. This will help me in trading as well. It's because when you start making more money, when you're making a certain amount of money, you always want to build on and sort of get more and more. But it should just happen automatically because you're constantly improving. It's not about how much you can make. It's just what you can protect. But over time, if you just switch the mindset from I need to make loads of money, I need to make more than last month, I need to make more than last month. Instead of thinking that, start thinking, how can I improve my trading from last month? And the money will just follow. Yeah? So, what really helped me is I minimise my MT4. So I don't see my balance, don't see the open trade. So when I go deep into drawdown, it might look a lot. I had someone message me not long ago. They were watching YouTube, they were like, bloody, how were you so calm? We were in deep drawdown. But I was nice and calm because I'm not looking at my balance. I mean, I'd probably still be calm anyway because I know you're going to go into drawdown, but it just that massively helped me. But on one screen, I've got like my TradingView, what I do my live streaming on. So it's got the TradingView, the news, and then the logbook. Okay. And that's obviously live. And then on the other side, I've got loads. I've got OBS open, Discord open, and then I've got the YouTube open with the chat open. People start chatting. Then I've got the signals to send the signals out. And then if anything else like Google out like that, I have like a browser open just in case we need to search out. And that's what it is for live streaming. That's what I have open at the moment. So loads. So you sort of need two.
Just getting ideas really of how it works. Once you start doing it, it's being comfortable with it. You're learning, you're chasing stuff for 12, 18 months. And then you get sort of an idea that you've got an idea of what you're doing. And then 12, 18 months after that, you start getting a bit comfortable with what you're doing, don't you?
Yeah, it just honestly the best learning the system what we built is relentless. It's because the companies I've been with, and I've been with quite a few, 1, 2, 3, 4 different companies I've been with, Forex education companies, and obviously that was all the MLM side that, and it just what I personally found, and I don't know everything, right? Because I'm always still learning, you know. Once you get there, you should and that's where people go wrong. Once they got it, they think they've got it. You shouldn't. You should always still be looking to improve. What I found is things really needed to be simplified because Forex setting up and the basic concept, the setup's the hardest thing. And just knowing what's what is the hardest thing. But what I found is, searching on YouTube, yes, you can find all the information on YouTube for free. However, I do believe you have to learn it in the correct order. And if you don't learn it in the correct order, it can actually put you back a couple of months. And that's what I found is if only everything was in the correct order and the learning that thing, let's say, I don't know, risk management, and then the move on to the next step, if it's all in the correct order and it's simplified, that's what the industry was missing, what I found. And I think we've hit the nail on the head with Relentless. It's pure step by step. Do this, now do this, now do this. Because if you think about trading, you don't actually want people to think. If you think about it, when you're trading, you don't want to think, because what should you be doing other than thinking? You should be just acting upon what you see. That makes sense. I mean, when I say I don't want people to think, obviously you've got to be able to think. But
Overthink.
yeah, when people overthink things and try to delve into minute details what you don't really need to know, like people ask me, what did someone ask last week? And I was like, mate, I don't look that much into it, really. The news is the news. I think it was the news. Red folder, stay away.
Yeah.
You don't need to know what the news is and why it's about and things like that, unless you're really going into detail with it, where you're trading news and you're going from there, basically. Or if you're getting a general gist of, over time I'm actually starting to learn about news, but when you're starting out, you don't really need to, that's like end, when you're at the point where you've passed your driving test and now you're really starting to learn. Like news, just for now, just leave that for now. Red folder, don't trade. Just wait until it settles down. Yeah, and that's where people are going on. They're going into details on things they don't need to know now, and it just blows their head off. Your brain can only take in so much information at any one time. You've got to see it.
Yeah, I've got to see it and go, oh, right, that's what it is. This is why I love watching this, watching you do it. It's just seeing what you're doing and learn.
And this is the fastest way to learn, the live streams.
I think it's the top-down analysis.
Yeah.
It's what you need to get drilled in. You need to be looking for the right things to find the right entry points, and having somebody who knows what they're doing and what they're looking for. This is where you're going to gather your knowledge from, which is what I enjoy most of. Obviously, but chit-chatting with banter is fantastic. But it's the top-down analysis, because I think that's what's been keeping me back from progressing, is not fully
doing the top-down.
Doing that properly.
Yeah. And with the top-down, it's not something you can record once, put it on a course, and go, this is how we do it top-down, because you need to see all the different scenarios.
Well, this is it. It changes. And yes, from a basic standpoint, you're going through and you're looking for certain things, but it changes every day, and hence why you don't do it on a Monday, or you do it on a Monday and we do it every day. It's not like, oh, well, we're doing it Monday and we don't need to do it for the rest of the week. Market changes all the time, so you go and you do it every day. So I think that's what I'm enjoying the most here, and I think it's what's going to push me to the next level, if you will. So
yeah, and it will. Just live trading sorted. Keep getting on the live trading, man. You'll start seeing it all. It's repetition, really. It does get boring. Like, if I didn't have you guys, trading would just be boring. And I think that's why people do communities and have groups and live stream. It's because it's boring. It is boring. It's the same thing over again, really. Where's my MT4 gone there? Oh, why did that do that?
I think the whole community idea is a good idea anyway, because what you're looking for is like-minded people who want to make changes in their lives.
Yeah.
And like I say, I think this is a brilliant way of doing it. And you've got that, like I say, if you have a bunch of like-minded people together, then you can all bounce off each other. And like I say, keep things interesting, but then people can see certain things that you can't see. So, it helps everybody grow.
You're right.
No, I'm with you on that. Yeah, definitely. It's good having chat to people and seeing what they're seeing, and trying to understand what they're seeing, and then gradually you can see some things yourself. You go, oh, okay, saw that. You know what you're on about now.
Yeah. Well, it's like
as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're not all teachers, so some people can explain things a lot better than other people, and it's everybody has different learning curves. So, having that broader spectrum of people all getting involved in the same thing allows you to see other people's perspectives on things.
Yeah.
So,
The issue you've got in the industry at the minute, right, is the thing we live in a society now with social media that anybody now, anybody, whether they're wise or not, can come across that they look like they're wise and can give advice.
Yeah.
And we have that much shite advice on the internet. Like, how do you guys know that I don't know what I'm talking about? Like, this is the thing, is there's that many people on social media saying they're doing this, doing that, and like you've got like 21-year-olds giving life advice. How does that work? Do you know what I mean? Giving life advice to people because they've made stacks and stacks of money. And that's what I struggle with. So I struggle with social media. Like I don't think it's really good for business, but I don't think it's good for mental health. Because people compare far too much, and you've got that many people on there faking it, until they make it. And
well, it's not real.
Yeah.
It's not reality, and it's you can I can put anything on the internet to say that I've made it, and I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in my bedroom.
I want to change the industry and people are starting to do it now. It's more New York session because the Americans started it really. The live streams on Forex. They do it, but obviously they're not awake for London, and there's not many people doing it in London. But I really do the best advice when people are looking for sort of mentors and educators. If they're not trading live for yourself, then I'd just be careful. They've got to be trading live for me. They've got to be transparent. MT4's got to be on there. Stats have got to be on there. That's because I learned. Well, I say learned. The amount of educators what I've seen, and do you know what? I look back now and think they didn't have they were rubbish. They didn't have a clue what they were going on about. Not that their strategy was rubbish, anything like that. Because if all strategies work in trade, it's the person. Every strategy works, but it's just the person, whether it works for that person. Do you know what I mean? But
how easy is it to just, like, if you weren't live streaming everything that we're doing now, is to just mark up the charts, your stop loss and your take profit on a winning part of the...
Yeah, and you see it all the time.
The chart,
do you know who's ruined the industry, I think? Who sort of, or is ruining it? MLM companies. It's MLM companies, because all these people who, because I was guilty for it. I look back at some of my posts, I'm quite embarrassed. Because that's how I started with the MLM trading. It's because what it is, they have to fake it, because they have to look like they're doing well to get people to join them. Do you know what I mean? So you get loads of people from MLM posting rubbish on social media just to get people on, and what that does is that person then joins that company 3, 4, 5, 6 months, realises I'm not getting nowhere here. They've just wasted just put themselves back for 6 months, and what they've done, they've learned everything wrong, and then they've got to start again. Because I went through a phase where, and this was the turning point for me, I had to unlearn everything. I'd learned that much, I was just getting confused, and everything was in the wrong order. My head was just getting fried. I actually had a break from trading. I had a break, and then I came back. I said, right, fresh head here now, fresh head, and that was the turning point for me. But yeah, unfortunately, I mean, I'm not dissing MLM, but it's, it can change people's lives, and it can be good. I was doing pretty good from it. But I don't know whether it works for Forex. I don't think it works for Forex.
Yeah.
If you really want to learn Forex, I wouldn't join an MLM. I just wouldn't, because you can't fully... The thing with MLM, you've always got a grey cloud over you. No matter whether you're telling people about it, they know you're getting something from them. So you're not going to say it's shit, are you?
No.
You're just not.
No.
But yeah, so that's sort of what you see on social media, really, a lot of MLMers, and you just see loads of blaggers, what I like to call. Fortunately.
But I think this is what sort of creates this stigma surrounding the whole, oh, it's uh, situation. So like if you, unless people can see your results,
Yeah.
then people will always just I wouldn't put your money in that. So, you know, and but this is a lot of the stuff that I talk about with my friends and things like that is what I'm doing with the trading.
Yeah.
And I've tried to get people into it, to show them, but they're not.
But that's it. The
Not-
pressure's not on you to do it, is it?
No. So it's, you know, and I honestly think that this is the best way that I've come across
Yeah.
me to make the changes that I want to see in my life financially. It's just I've got to put the work in.
Yeah.
But I think that's what people are, especially sort of my friend circle, are waiting for, is to see what I'm able to do with it.
Yeah. Well,
They
but this is the thing. The thing with the MLM side is this is why people coming into the industry, they go to like MLM companies, they get pressured into getting people on instead of fully focusing on where the real money is, and that's actually trading. Yes, it takes longer to get there, but trust me, once you get there, it's more secure than the MLM side.
Yeah.
Because it only takes one thing and you've lost a full team. It's that's the difference. People are focused on getting people on. So if you're in an MLM, you'll be getting pressured off people saying, make sure you go and get people, make sure you're telling people 10 phone calls a day, whatever, when really you should be on the charts, bloody, learning.
Well, this is it, nailing down what you can do, and the changes that you can make for you. But it's not about that. It's about them and growing them. So
That's a facet of America, though, isn't it? You've got everything that they do. It's all, there's a lot of show in there over there. That's
Yeah.
substance. And we're more of a substance sort of people. We're quite happy to do something, but we don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
Until it's proven, they go, oh, right, okay, that person knows what they're doing. Happy days. And over there, they're quite happy with the razzmatazz of rubbish. And I must admit, I don't trust American companies.
Yeah.
That kind of things, you know. They're just,
Yeah.
you know me.
So I worked with them in the army, mate. They're funny characters, like. Funny characters.
So graspy and showy and
Yeah.
sincere and that. I mean, I've been over to America. Sister-in-law was there for about 5 6 years. We'll do like have a nice day. It's all sort of just and you sit down and have a conversation with them, and then you start unwinding a bit and start being themselves. But you've got to get through that superficial crap first.
Yeah.
yeah.
Canadians are like, I work with Canadians. They're a bit more chilled Canadians.
Yeah. They're more like us, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I remember going to thing about Americans, they don't get irony or sarcasm very well. So I went on a honeymoon to
I bet you were a nightmare, Martin. I bet you were a nightmare.
there's these youngsters there from breakfast on the buffet thing. They've got like plate piles 6 inches high or something, and they're going to eat like a cover, tree cover, whatever it is. And these Mexicans are going to eat something. Do you want some money? You okay? And they're just taking the mick out of them with that slight smile on the face for happy days. So I was having a chat with them. They really were. Those who speak English are fantastic. Oh, I can't make them like them. They only speak English. Yeah, it was a good place.
Yeah, they tell you what, they get looked after as well in the forces. Like when I was in Afghan in 2007, you went from Bastion, which at that point was sort of fairly new, really. There was nothing on the camp. And then I remember flying out for R&R by myself. I had to jump on a Black Hawk from Bastion to to Kandahar. Got to Kandahar, it was like a city. Pizza Huts, a lot. Pizza Huts on site. They had Robin Williams, Robin Williams from Flubber.
Yeah.
He was there with Kid Rock. Kid Rock started playing Sweet Home Alabama. It was just surreal, man. The full camp was just like, you go into their scoff house, and their scoff house, they've got fridges and fridges of just pop, Mountain Dew, any pop you want is in there. Like, you go to a British scoff house, yeah, you've just got the juice and the waters, you know. They just really, really get looked at. I remember some Americans met up with us, and we'd been in the field for like, I think it was about a month at this point. And these were like the first people coming to help us out, support us. And they came, and they came with vehicles. We didn't have any vehicles. They came with vehicles, and through the glass, all I could see was crates and crates of Mountain Dew. Bear in mind, we'd been on rations for a month. On the night, what did we do? Nicked all the Mountain Dew. First night they were there, nicked all the Mountain Dew. Nicking all the Mountain Dew the first night, they were fuming. Well, yeah, that's a British that though, isn't it? Steal all the kit.
Yeah, well, that's what you do, isn't it?
Mm.
That kit is mine. It's got no one's name on it. Kit's kit, and it kit's for anybody.
Yeah. We're not moving at all here, guys. We are not. We've done nothing. We've not left this range. We've not left it. I'll be on till 11 anyway. I'll nick the toilet 2 seconds.
Are you doing this on a laptop mod?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I bought a new laptop last year for this, and it's fine, but I wanted to get on like a bigger screen.
Yeah.
For ages. So like setting up this, like, or trying to set up my old PC, it not working. I've kept my monitor and just bought a new like tower. It's tiny, absolutely tiny. It's brilliant, but the monitor's decent size, and I find that does help sort of looking at the charts.
That's it, isn't it? You're looking at things, is there a width there? And then you have to look into it. I'm over 50 now, mate, so I'm going blind.
Yeah, well, 39 minutes, so I'm closing in. But having a mouse and a bigger screen, I'm finding it a lot better to deal with, and I've only been on this bigger screen for a week now. It's like I say, it's so much better for us, and you can the whole scrolling back as well without using that mouse pad on the laptop. Just being able to see more, and you can scroll quicker, less hassle, see more. Like I say, it's just.
Well, having a roll on the mouse pad, did you say?
Huh?
Having a roller on the mouse pad, on the mouse, yeah.
It's on a mouse, I'm just saying, sort of moving from the laptop onto a bigger screen onto my desktop monitor now. Just it's making all the difference.
Yeah.
I can see more, I can scroll quicker, I can scroll back further. You know, going onto the higher time frames and scrolling back, and just 1970s come up dead quick, and you're just like, whoop.
Yeah.
I can see the full last 40, 50 years of charts.
Yeah. That's it. It's get yourself set up in it and being happy with yourself that it works for you.
Yeah.
That's that technical stuff out of the way, because I must admit I'm not a technical person, I'm not technically gifted. So yeah.
You know, that doesn't matter. Like you say, this is very basic sort of stuff as well. I mean, I've come from a tech support background and things like that, so I've dealt with computers for quite a time, but I'm nowhere near tech savvy anymore. Like I say, just having something. Like I say, I've spent 110 quid for a refurbished data center on eBay, and it seems absolutely spot on. So I've been using it for about a week and a half now, and effect for this. So I've got it solely for trading. That's basically what I'm going to be using it for. So it's worth that little bit of investment just to give you a little bit more comfort in what you're doing
Yeah.
as well.
Good though.
But
Yeah, I'm a two-finger typist, mate. So the work using computers only working in life, but not very well.
yeah,
They would say, you're under the age of 20. How'd you do this? And then they show you and go, no idea what you did there. Show me
What?
again.
take a video of it and send us it.
Yeah.
And I can just keep going back over and watching it.
Where's the disc gone? What? Yeah. Floppy disk. So what? Yeah, now it's too old for all that stuff, mate.
Yeah, does it have a tape deck?
21's not old, Martin.
Huh?
21's not old.
You tell them that, yeah. Seen 21 twice, mate. And the rest.
So this wing back here, guys, might be on pretty soon, because we're not breaking out. And what's nice is, if we can, I'm just thinking whether we, because this is off a daily, this one, okay, but it doesn't mean we can use it off a lower time frame and go from that. So I've still got that one set up, but I just want to see if price is struggling, because we're technically in this range, okay, we're in this range now. So what happens? We had an hour close bullish, but didn't break above. So why didn't it break above? We haven't broke above. We're technically still in this range, therefore we should still be coming down. But are we gonna pop up? Because what tends to happen, you'll get one candle what it'll break the highs and then it'll flip, and that'll be the initiation to go down. So is this going to be the candle what pops up, taps, and then flips to come back down? If so, can we not take advantage of that? Because we're still closing respecting. Now, what is difficult though is we are heavily bullish on the 4 hours, right? And we broke back into them ranges, but I do believe if you tap 2041, you're still going to have to come back to tap previous support at 2036 anyway. Even if you want to drive up, there is a few times where you come straight through to 2047 before coming back to 2036. So could that not just be a second entry? Now if we're going off the daily is setting up perfect. This is previous support. If the daily can come back, tap previous support, and then flip for the rest of the day to come down, because the daily did break out, remember? The daily did break out, therefore we should be coming to tap 2018, as in the body of the candle, because that's what happens here. So if we can just get up here, we are interested for a wing back sell from here, and we can even take it off a lower time frame really, but I'm just trying to work out the lower time frames. How? Because this doesn't look like it's going to happen, this one here. I want to leave that there. I don't like having loads of setups on my charts, by the way. Right, but we're just sort of preparing for everything. So could we not just take... So you can see price pushes up, taps 2041 here, then pulls straight back. So could we not just do that? Pushes up, pulls straight back. So if we say take partial move to break even here, 2037. As we come up, if we do carry on pushing to 2046, we can take another entry here. Then this would be the, you just close both at this point. But if we can pop back, would that work? Would that work? Or are we going to do something like this? Because there's an area here where price can... We struggle to break the highs. Then 1 hour pops up, taps 2040, and then comes back. So would that be a better entry at 2040? Look, here's another one here. Or is that fake out what we've already had? We haven't had a fake out yet, have we? So would 2040 work better? There's another little area here, 2040, 2030. Do you know what? That might be better. That might be better. We're looking like this. Basically, in between here and here, we're looking for an entry to come back down. Looking for an entry to come back down. So we'd probably have to look at a lower time frame. So I'm going to leave them both on. And it would be a case of a lower time frame, because what I want to see on the lower time frame, what you'll get is you want to start seeing price struggling. So on a lower time frame, like a 5 minute or 15, let's say we get a push up and the 15 closes, but 15 closes, no top wick. What does then that tell you with a new candle? The new candle should technically, which way should it open first? It'll probably open up first, because this will create a top wick for the new candle. But then what tends to happen when a candle has no top wick? The next candle tends to, now it is Forex, anything can happen, but it tends to close opposite. So even if it closes bearish, as in a doji, but what will happen is you'll get a push up. So if we can get something like a 15, then it'll be a case of on my command, as in, right, I'm in. Okay, because I know this candle's then going to push up first, and then technically it should flip to close bearish. So that'll be the point to get in. So it'll have to be a case of just on my command, if you like. So what we want to see is price. So the 15s close respecting again. So stand by, because we might be. Where would stops be? No bottom wick on this either. Where would stops be? What did I do stops for the other one? It's right up there. I don't want it. It wouldn't be that. Short. So let's say we entered here. Stops would be there. Because you'd have to cover, this would be a second entry at 2046, it'd be another entry basically to come back down. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Look at this 15 now, it's popped up and it's pulling back again. So can we get 115 just popping up to here? Wing back sell, and the target is literally back down, because we're basically saying this is the initiation of the move down for the daily to pull back. So that's what I've got going on, guys. We're close for the trading. We're starting, we're getting a bit of volume. 17 pips at that point. Okay, let's get this on. Delete that, and I'll just enter accordingly. So we're close. 41. We'll just keep that one on. TP 120.31 back down. 8 minutes for the closure of 15. Can this 15? If you ideally want this 5 to pop up now, really. Want this 5 to pop up now. Break the highs and then close back down. To be honest, it doesn't really make a difference if the 5 closes up there. It's the 15 where, because the 5s can actually close up here. Okay, and then you start coming back down. Now, I want you to understand here and sort of prepare yourself that you can go into drawdown, remember, because it's in between here. We've got areas where price taps 2039 or it taps 2040. So if price powers through, don't worry, you know it can come and tap 2041. But also, price can also power through to 2047. Right, so you've got to understand that when you put your stop there, you know that if price comes above here, you're not bothered, you're not interested anymore, it's done. Yeah, so you've got to be accepting this. Are you happy to lose what you're putting on this trade now? That's what you've got to do. It's got to be the amount where your heart's not going crazy. You've got to be comfortable with the loss. I'm happy to lose what I'm going to lose on this trade if it doesn't play out. I will not lose any sleep over it. And if you are not happy, then you need to lower your risk. Simple as that. You need to lower your risk, because priority is risk management over making money, believe it or not. Right? You need to stop thinking about how much am I going to make today to what I need to protect. So the 15's still in this range, which is lovely. And there's no bottom wick on this. We haven't even broke any lows, remember. So if we can just get one pop up, can this be the initiation for that move? Come on, baby. 5 minute candle. One big push on the 5. Because this is the first sign of it breaking out. So if you think about it, a normal break and retest, you break out and you come and retest, and then you go if you're going to go. So you should be getting back down to 2037. And if it doesn't happen now, if you think even if this hour closes back in the range above 2039, that's the next range, 2039. If it closes back in, the new hour's got to come back and give a bottom wick anyway. New 5 minute candle. Can this 5 pop up? No bottom wick. Can we pop? Pop, pop, pop. I'm just trying to see if the 15 does close above. So the 15 can actually close above up there. If the 15 closes above, it might mean we can use the second entry. Then again, it closes here, doesn't it? Here, taps, pulls back. We should get activated on this 15, I would think. Okay, stand by. Stand by. Come on, get up there, babe. Get up there. No bottom wick on this 5. Perfect, perfect. Can we tap 2039? Can we tap 2039? Oh, there is an area here where you tap 2037, where we have pushed past that, but can we break the highs again? The 5's flipped, hasn't it? Come on, 5, flip back up. Yeah, okay, that's fine, because if you look at this 5, 15 minute 5 close up, 5 close bearish, yeah, and then we do power through to 46. Can't see us doing this push because we haven't broke the lows. So if you think about it, we didn't break any lows. So for us to get up to, let's say price wants to get to 2046, what does it need? It needs fuel, doesn't it? Liquidity. And how do you get that? By breaking lows, picking up people's stop losses, liquidity. Now this didn't break a low. So if we're saying we're going to get up there, then why didn't we just do it from here? Why didn't this just carry on? Well, we didn't have enough liquidity. Okay then, so with this pullback, we've still picked up liquidity, but we haven't broke any lows. So it wasn't much liquidity, but is it enough now to go? It could be, but I would probably say it's unlikely. And remember, everything's possibilities. That's probabilities in trading. That's all it is. That's the key word, probabilities. What percentage has this done this before? That's what you've got to say. And if the odds in your favour, then, you know, what's this 5 doing? Rejecting, nice. Go on this. If we get a bearish 5-minute close and the new 5 pops up first, breaks the highs again, and then flips and starts coming back down. If you've got a doji candle on this, that would work nice as well. Because it is tapping us a support now, though. But it's not a it's only a tiny support, really. Because the new 4-hour. Oh shit! I forgot about the new 4-hour. Okay. New 4-hour. Why the new 4-hour open close? So the new 4-hour, this is what I'm saying here. We've closed respecting. Yeah, so the new 4-hour has closed respecting. These ranges are all over though, so they're not the greatest. But you should be coming, yeah. That means we could tap and then flip, but we are breaking the highs again now. We haven't had much of a bottom wick on the 4. So is this 4 going to flip to the downside? That's what we've got to say. What's going to tell us if we're going to flip to the downside? It's going to be the lower time frames, isn't it? 1, 2, close bearish, and now we're pushing, breaking the highs. We haven't had much of a bottom wick. 1 hour. So you're still in this range on this 1 hour. We didn't break any lows. Until this hour closes in this range, we're still in this range. So what we might get is we might get a 30-minute close. So if this 30 closes like this, what happens to price? Let's see what it does. Because if this 30 closes like this, are we then going to push to 2041? Just wait for my call, guys. Don't enter on any of these trades yet, right? If this 30 can push up first and tap our zone with no bottom wick, then yeah, we'll be in. But if it comes down and does a bottom wick, we might have to use the next zone. Just want to see what happens when you get a 30 close above. You still don't do much. There's a little area here at 2038. Close above. It can still play out really. 2039. We ideally want this 30 to flip to the upside first. 30. Yeah, we should still be good really. No bottom wick. We ideally want this 15 to pop up. It's anywhere in between here it can go. Okay. We sort of want a 5-minute bearish close, okay, or doji, and then a 5-minute bearish close. Then what you'll get is, this is what we would want really. So doji candle on this one, and then the new candle pops up, breaks the highs, and then flips and closes bearish. And what you'll find is that'll be the initiation of the move back down. So this is sort of what we want to see on a 5 or a 15, something like this, and that'll be the initiation of a move back down. But at what point are we going to reverse from here, or are we going to come all the way up to 2046? What time now? 10:30. Can we break the highs one more time? Because the 15's broke out now, 30's broke out now. But the 1 is still in this range. So are we going to get a 30-minute fake out back into the range? Is the 30 going to pop up, tap, pull back? We haven't even tapped previous support yet, so we need to pop up first. That's the key. We don't want to pull down and tap 2036 first. Because even if, this is why I love wingbacks, because even if this, we're going to start going bullish now, we're going to fill the range at 20.46. 1 hour stops it in a good position anyway, right? 2, if you think about it, this is the first breakout of this area. It's the first breakout of this area. So even if you get an hour close, let's say this hour powers. Let's say this hour powers. And, I don't know, closes like that, which we can do from this distance. Okay, because we're coming from down here. We can do. You should still then get, that would be your sign to get out, because the hour's now closed back into that range. But you should still then get a pullback to tap previous support, or even our break even, because this is a new support here. This is another range here. So you're going to be tapping that anyway to get out, and then it would flip to come and fill the range. But at that point, you know to get out. You always get a chance to get out on wingbacks, unless you obviously you power straight through, which it's Forex, anything can happen. I just want to see a nice big pushing candle. If it starts moving up like this slowly, guys, I'm not really, I need to see no top wick, and then candle open up, push up with no bottom wick, and that would be my get in. It'll be in a sort of an aggressive stops. So we'll see. We've got 5 seconds for a 5-minute closure. Ooh. Come on. Now trades like this, you can just go off the higher time frame if you don't want to sort of watch on a lower time frame. You just set and forget. Limit order, done. Walk away from the chart. What's this 15 doing? We need to see some sort of bearish. If we can get a 15-minute bearish doji, and then new 15 pops up. Because we can't take buys yet, because we haven't had a breakout on the hour. Remember, taking buys, you need a high for breakout. You need a higher time frame breakout, 4 hour or 1 hour. The 4 hours close respecting. The daily's broke into the low, so the daily should be flipping. The 4 hours close respecting, and the 1 hour's close respecting, and had 2 attempts at breaking out. Okay, so you're still not breaking into the highs yet, unless you get an hour close above here now. But this would be a range 1 then. So what could you get? What could catch you out? A fake out. So this hour could close bullish. The new hour opens up, pops up, and then flips and closes back into the range. And then this whole move would be a fake out. And that would be the start of the daily candle flipping to the downside. Because you've been messing about in this range all morning. Let's fake them out to the high so we can come and break the lows. But let's see. Nice doji candle, and then a 15 pop up, break the highs, and then flip. Come on, can we get it? Oh, excuse me, Captain. tell you what, it's turned out beautiful. Yesterday was a lovely day, and today's a nice day as well.
Always good. Overcast up here.
Yeah, it's that northeast grey cloud, isn't it? What situates
It is.
itself just above.
Not too bad, but overcast. In loads recently though, so.
Oh, God, hasn't it? We've had loads of rain. Loads of rain. Is this the literal initiation of the move? So this is nice. This is a nice 5-minute close, this, guys. If we can just get another 5, break the highs again, and then flip. We ideally want this to push up first with no bottom wick. Oh, to be honest, it'll probably be the 15. If the 15 can just close doji or bearish. So this is what we want to see on the 15. We need a doji or bearish close, and then again this 15 opens up with no bottom wick first, pops up, breaks the highs, and then flips. That's ideally what we want to see. We're close. I think we're going to start watching Netflix series on here. You know, when we're waiting, we can squeeze in an episode of Last Kingdom, couldn't we?
Definitely.
Have you watched the movie yet or not? You wouldn't have watched that yet, have you?
So I've started series.
Ah,
As
right.
my mother had said, like, oh, watch this. I've just put it in my list and not bothered for ages.
Yeah.
So then started, and I've just finished season 2 last night.
It's not as good as Vikings, I don't think, but it is still up there. It's still good.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
don't know, just
the
like
budget.
when Ragnar died in Vikings,
Yeah.
I just, it was like, oh. So
Did-
I lost me interest.
Really?
somewhat. Yeah.
Yeah, he
It was
was.
still good. Don't get us wrong, but yeah, I don't know. It's really drawn us in this Last Kingdom.
Yeah. So have you not watched all of Vikings then?
I haven't finished it.
Ah, bloody hell, man.
So
Bloody hell. It is. It does.
it's the one I need to finish at some point. But
Yeah, it is good Vikings, like. And to be fair, it does. I do feel it does get better. A bit like Game of Thrones, it gets better.
yeah,
Where some series they get worse, don't they?
did you watch The Witcher?
No, I you know what it is. I love Game of Thrones, but there's. I struggle with like magical and you know like fantasy type.
Game of Thrones with dragons and that.
I know. I know. Well, that's why I said I love Game of Thrones, but it's not that magical. Do you know what I mean?
No.
It did put
Yeah.
me off a bit when that shadow. She gave birth to the shadow and killed
Yeah.
bloody. I can't remember his name. But yeah, it's not too magical. You know what the scene? What really got me on Game of Thrones? The way they filmed the Red Wedding.
The Red Wedding. Ugh.
The way they film, the way they done it. Have you noticed at the end when the subtitles were coming, there was no music?
Yeah.
Just little things like that was so genius because they knew everyone would be like, I was just sat there for ages going, not talking, going. What they really done well as well, kept secrets. Nobody
Yeah.
knew what was going to happen with Game of Thrones. Nobody knew who was going to die, and nobody was safe. That's what I really liked about it.
The Witcher's a good series.
Yeah,
Cavill plays the Witcher absolutely superbly.
really.
So, which is what might like ruin it going forward because they've replaced.
Yeah,
So, but I mean, when I bought my PS4, I got The Witcher 3
yeah.
one game alongside it, and I couldn't get into it. And then I watched like the first season of The Witcher,
And then you're all over it.
and then played the game. And the game
Yeah.
was fantastic, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
So it helped us sort of for both of them, like get really into them, and I mean, really good. I think you might enjoy it. Like you say, if you can get past that.
Yeah. It's the first episode. He fights a demon or something, doesn't he?
Well, it's what it's all about. It's sort of like it's called the conjunction of spheres. So
Yeah.
it's like 3 dimensions sort of like merging with each other,
Yeah.
and like monsters have come into our realm, that realm, if you will, through this conjunction. So these witches are created to sort of like fight them, and it's
I'll have to give it another go. Like, 'cause I do need something else now. I've run out of things
I
to
mean, it
watch.
does have witches and elves and that in it, but he's like for like fight scenes and things like that,
Yeah.
or in that, so it's quite good.
Gotta say,
always recommend it.
Witcher. I enjoyed The Witcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. Really good.
I like fantasy. I don't like reality ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm bang into me fantasy and sci-fi, so
Yeah, same here, mate. Not a reality sort of thing person. Not my bag. Too much of it reveal. Depressing.
yeah, I like to escape.
Yeah, me too, mate.
I like history, me. Anything history. Romans, I'm fascinated by the Romans. Love the Romans, man. They're like the first professional army that was so advanced for the time. Yeah, and what they achieved, in that age, is just mental. So anything like that, history-wise, I love watching.
I always favoured the Celts, though, in them sort.
Yeah. I tell you what I watched the other day in one of the worst history movies I've ever watched. And yeah. How bad with the acting and that. Like, do you know what? I was looking forward to it. I was looking forward to it when it first advertised. I thought this going to be good, this, because I like the history about Boudica and that. But wow, the acting was dreadful and just. I mean, they must have had they can't have had much budget. You can tell, can't you?
Yeah.
You could tell there was only 6 people there. You can tell there was only 6 people ready to fight. All the Romans. It was just yeah, put me off. Like, I lost interest by the end of it just because of the acting. But it could have been fantastic there.
Well, this is it. There's so many things out there that could be like made into really good things, but it has to be done properly.
Yeah.
So that's it. I mean,
You look at some of them Netflix things and you go, what's that? Who's that? I don't know any of these people. This is big pants, and it is. You go, yeah. Not watching that anymore. Or it's the foreign language. I'm not a fan of that.
there's no foreign language stuff.
I would rather. I know what I really can't do. I want to watch what's the thing that's based on the true story where the plane crashes on the mountains. Something Snow.
Newly on the Netflix.
Just Society of Snow, is it? Something like that.
Yeah.
I've watched the old one of that and I enjoyed it. But they've made obviously a new one, but it's in foreign language. But Netflix put the English voiceover on, don't they?
Yeah.
I'd rather read the subtitles. Can't do it. Yeah, it's awful. You don't feel part of the movie. You don't feel in it because the sound effects and that are just all wrong.
Watch. There's a comedy series called Norsemen.
Oh, I've
Netflix.
seen that advertised. Yeah, I've not watched it.
They filmed it twice, so that it's in Norwegian.
Yeah.
But they've done it in English as well. So it's none of that shady voiceover stuff.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I thought it was
Was it
hilarious.
good?
Yeah. It was brilliant. I want to give that another watch again.
What is this? How we're doing here? This hour can actually break out and we can still play out. So this depending on where we enter on, it's going to be within these two areas. Okay. But we're only entering once. It doesn't mean we take an entry here, then we take a second entry here. The second entry, if anything, would be up towards 2046 areas. Probably looking left, probably 2045.53. Oh, wait there. There's another one here. Probably 2044.87. That would probably where 2044.87. That would. I'll be looking at another entry from. Yeah, from there 2044.49. Oh, look at this hour pulling back, guys. Look at the hour pulling back. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What does that mean?
Quick, get a sell on.
Yeah. So if the hour closes, we really just want to break the highs. There was a little minor support where it's tapped and then tapped, it actually even flipped, but we haven't broken any of them highs yet. So can we break the highs again? The hour pushes up, pulls back, and then comes up. None of these get there. Are we getting this? And if we're getting this, it means, if we're getting this, it means it's going to be no trade till New York at least. Because it means you're going to come back into the range. You can't do anything in here. You're just going to mess about. But we're hoping we've got something like this or this. So in a way we sort of, we don't actually need the hour to close out. Look at it now. Look at that. So if the hour closes respecting again, and then the new hour pushes up, breaks the highs again. I don't know if it's going to break the highs again. That's the thing. What's this? 15 minute. It's going to be interesting. Interesting day. This is what I'm on about with the 15 minutes. So look at this. Yeah. So if we go to here. Remember I was saying what I want to see on the 15? So you got a 15-minute candle, close respecting. Then you got a bearish close. Yeah, then you've had a doji close. So you're getting sign of price struggling to break the highs. And what you'll get, price just won't just come down. This is why loads of people get caught out, because they put the stops just above the high. And then they're thinking price will just going to go like that. But it doesn't. What it does, it pops up. Breaks the highs and then flips to the downside. And what happens on the next candle? Pushes up, breaks the highs, and then flips. Takes everyone's stops out, and then that's the driving force down. That's what happens with it. And that's why so many people get caught out. So, if that's what we want now, can we get a 15 close back into the range? The new 15, which is a new hour, pops up first, breaks the highs, and then flips. Can we get that? It's the same concept, just a different style, because you've got a doji in there. Obviously you've got a bit more of a heavy bearish one. But if you think about it, the hour will be closing respecting again. And then you've got to say, well, why aren't we driving? Why are we not driving? Well, we know why, don't we? Because this didn't break any lows. We've got to break these lows in order to break out of this zone. That's what we're saying. So therefore we need to come down. So can't we get a wing back? If the hour opens up and pushes up first and comes as far as 2037 without giving us a bottom wick, we could just get a sell stop underneath the hour to come back down. Because at that point, it's the point of no return. As in, if this hour pushes up with no top wick, if it gets to there, it's not then going to go tap and then back up. At that point, if it is going to flip, it's going to flip and drive a bit. Do you know what I mean? So we could get a sell stop on off the hour. So we're close, guys. We're close. So it's all on how this hour is going to open up. because we're trying to identify the start of the daily flip. Remember, this is why you do a top down, because you're always thinking about it. Where's the day? Where should the daily? If you had a bet on this daily, is this daily going to close bearish or bullish? Yeah, at the minute you've broken into a new zone. You're probably going to bet it's going to flip and close bearish because it needs to come and fill the range. Yeah, so you've known that this should flip. We're just trying to work out where's the initiation, the start of this flip. And the way we work that out is by the lower time frames. The forwards close respecting. The hour has had 3 attempts now. This would be the 4th attempt that it's tried to break the highs and break out. It can't. Therefore, it's got to come back down. Is this the start of the daily flip? That's what we're trying to work out. Didn't quite hit our zone, did it? How's this hour going to close? If this hour closes like this, get another top wick off this hour. We need this 15 to have a bottom wick, because the 15s came back into the range. The hour, it means the next hour can potentially come back up, break the highs again. Oh, wrong one. But if we can push up, tap 2036, then we can get a sell stop on. We don't actually need to tap that now, because if we're closing up, because it's flip bearish now, if we close bullish but close respecting, then yeah, we would need that. But now that you're closing bearish, it's looking like we probably only need 2036 to tap, and then we can get a... I'm just thinking whether we could just get a wick entry from 2036. Because if this 15 closes like this with a bottom wick, this new 15, if this 15 doesn't break the lows, you're gonna, and we push up first, you're gonna have to break the lows again anyway. So you might, even if you get a 15 close like that back into that range, you think shit, it's pushing back up, and we enter here for a wing back sell, you're gonna have to come and break the lows again to go up. And you're not going to drive that much, are you? Because we know we haven't been driving. So we can potentially get a wick entry from 2036 as well, guys. So it's a bit of a strange session this morning, because it's going to be a case of on my call, right? I'm getting in. So you're going to have to be on it, really. You have to be on it.
Get down on it.
Yeah. I mean, the safest option would be that hour, but 3 candles struggle to break. What is he doing? What is he doing? It'll be very interesting to see how this... If this candle closes bullish, then we've got to be a bit cautious. We'll probably just use the sell stops, but we do need to push up first. That's the key. If it comes down first, it's not our trade to take. We'll just move on. And there's always another trade. Always another trade. Quite a long stream today, isn't it? Welcome to the stream if you're watching on YouTube, guys. If you like and subscribe, it'll notify when we trade. We trade most mornings from 8 AM London session. So come and join us. We just chew the fat and trade Forex. But from now on, we're going to start talking about love and companionship and things like that, I think.
I'm single, so I'll have no input.
Yeah. Hey, there might be someone in the chat for you. We'll set you up, we'll line you up.
Blind date.
You know, you can trust us.
Yeah.
It's not you single, Martin.
Me, no, I'm married.
Damn
Married
it.
too.
That was perfect. We could just sit and chill and watch some sci-fi, talk about some charts every now and again.
Yeah.
Netflix and chill. What?
Yeah. Forex and chill.
30 seconds for an hour close. How are we closing here? I'd really like to break the highs again before coming down. We didn't break the lows. We didn't break the lows. So we've technically had a fake out now on the 30, which, remember I was saying we could just get a fake out? Oh, look at this. Look at the way this candle's opening. Come on, can we pop up? Can we pop up? So we need a pop up to at least 2036. We closed bearish doji, which is fantastic, and we can potentially get a sell stop on underneath. I am whether we could take a wing back from 2036. This could just go for me, guys. Now, why do you think it could go for me? Reason being is this broke the highs. That means, was this that pop up, break the highs to drive? So it might mean we might not break the highs again. So this could be the initiation of the move to come down, but we just can't get in at the minute. Can't get in. I can't get in because what's the forward doing? The forward's flipped as well. Okay. Nice, nice. The forward broke the highs. Can't do anything at the minute. We need a... This is where I really want to flick the Dean on, because I know for the fact the Dean will just poof. Flick the Dean on. Can we get back up? Because if you think about it, if this pushes up, it needs to come and break the lows. It can't just drive. It's shown us that it can't drive. So if we can just get a tap back to 2036, we could potentially just get an entry from 2036. We break the lows now. Where are we going to push? This could just shoot down here, guys, because this is quite a clean zone, really. I much prefer when you get an hour fake out. If an hour fake out would have been better for us. It'd be a lot stronger, and then you got a top wick sell stop underneath, but it hasn't pulled back enough for us yet to get in. But this could just drive you now, breaking the lows now. Please don't go. Please don't go. I need to get my song list sorted, don't I? If you get a 5 close, what does price do? Price tends to drop. Okay. Don't go. I really want to wick Henry. I don't want to break out. You've only had a 5-minute breakout. And 5-minute close. The hour did close respecting. Let's have a look at previous data. So look, this is what I'm worried about. So you could get, look, come back up, close bearish doji, and then the new hour still closes bullish. Yeah, it just means it'll probably still play out, because it is a sign that price is struggling to break the highs, but it just means you might get another push to the upside before coming down. Oh, 2 minutes, guys. Hello. How you, darling? Alright. I haven't. I'm close to a trade as well. So you just go and enjoy yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Is it? We're not driving down. Why are we not driving? Look, trickling, trickling. So was this enough liquidity? Are we going to come back up, break the highs again? This is where if we did get a sell stop on too early, you'd be tagged in now. And if you think about it, price does need to come back up to break a high. You're going to go into drawdown. So it's best just to wait out. Good morning, Nathan, mate. What do you mean live chat software? You're on about YouTube? Very slow, guys. I'll give it till past. And then what we'll do is we'll align some, because you're back in the range really. You could just be messing about. This wing back sell's still on. You just need to pop out, and then. But also this is still on, and where we are? Where's my daily one? Did I delete that daily one? Sure, I had a daily one on. Is that it? Oh yeah, yeah. This one's on as no, it's not. That's the one we've just done, isn't it? I'm lost. Oh no, that's the daily one. Yeah, this is still on as well. This is for daily, more of a longer term trade. But daily, I've got a couple of setups really, but it's just waiting, look at the 4 flipping now to the downside. Whoa. Here's the hour. It's shifting. Oh god. Where's the FOMO? Who's got FOMO? It's funny when you're on a live trading and you know you're in this position and all you hear is doof. Doof. It's like who's just entered?
I've done it a couple of times.
Who's just entered? But we're so close. It's teasing us. It's teasing us. I think if the 30-minute, it's probably likely to come back down. Really, I don't know whether the 30. See, we could just be getting this. If you think about it, look at this. Oh, the whole of London session. What time to start shifting? 11:30, 12 o'clock. That's when it starts shifting. But we literally are just getting this. We didn't quite tap our target. It means this would still play out, but going into prior New York. So is that what we're going to get? Is that what we're going to get? Hello. Are you down? All right. Kids. He's 10-year-old and he's got like he's struggling to I don't know if he's bruised his heel or something. No, the ball of your foot.
Yeah.
But it's been like that for months.
Mm.
So I don't know what it is. Just attention seeking, man. It's just weakness, isn't it? That's all it is. He's got to have a ice pack, and rest. Like, oh man, he'll be loving that. He'll love that. And then, he has got another one, yeah. Anything for attention. Look at this coming down now. Look, this is what I hate. So this is not nice. See where it trickles like that? Not nice. It's not what we like. We like a nice power down. We've got... it's probably going to be New York by the time we get set up, guys. So you've got 3 potential trades really today, and and I never ever have 3 set up like this. It's just the way the market is. You could actually take as long as we're printing bullish candles in around here and we're struggling to break the lows around here. If we price pushes down and we're struggling to break the lows, what you'll get then is exactly the same what I've been trying to say, is you'll get one pop down and then that candle will then pull back and flip, and that'll be the initiation to come back up. But you've got to see price struggling to break the lows here and printing bullish. Okay, so that's one. Another one is we're starting to print bearish now, and the hour is showing us that we're really struggling to break these highs. So that's why this wing back sell is still on. So what we want to see is one candle. If this, let's say this, how long's left? It's still 47 minutes left of this hour. So this hour could still flip to the upside, break the highs, and then still close doji or even flip. Still enough time. Stop at 30 minute. But this might have been that move. This might have been it. That's what we're trying to work out. So it might not happen again. Okay. If price comes down and taps these levels, I'll probably delete this. However, saying that, on the higher time frame, the daily, you've got to set up on the daily. So previous data has told us that the dailies tend to, let me get rid of all the charts. The daily tends to come and tap previous support at 2041. That's the next resistance at 2041 here. We haven't quite tapped it yet, right? But if you look at this candle closed bearish. Similar area as ours. You've got a big long wick on it, 2020 levels. This comes down to 2020 levels, a bit further. And then this candle's opened up, no bottom wick. It probably needs a bottom wick. Okay, so you know it needs a bottom wick. It's pulled back, but it's just whether it's going to come back up to tap 2040.89 or whether this is enough. Is it going to flip now? That's what we're trying to work out. Okay, but you've also got a wing back sell from 2041 as well. Okay, if you can push back up to them levels. So that's what I've got going on at the minute, guys. I can't see anything happening in the next 15 minutes because you're back in the range. You've spent all morning just in this range messing about, and we can't do anything at the minute. But I will give it another 15 minutes. What would that be then? 15-minute bearish close. Yeah, you're probably just going to come and fill the range at this point, aren't you? Oh, no bottom wick. And no bottom wick on this. Yeah, can't do anything. It'd be interesting to see where this 30 closes, because you could actually potentially get a trade from the 30. So if the 30 closes below here, and if we look at what price does, when you get a 30 close below here, what does price do? 30 closed, you push down to fill the range. Straight through. Straight through. Oh, these ones didn't work out. 30 closed, back in, messed about. So that wouldn't quite. You still come and break the lows, so 30 closed through. So you've got a potential. Nah, this one didn't even work. It's just not a nice range. You'd need to then cut all this mess out and say, okay, you need a 30 close below that. That would be better. 30 close. You still didn't quite make. You'd just be aggressive on the take partial move to break even. So if you got a 30 close below this, and then you get a top wick, you can rule out that hour flipping to the upside. You could potentially take a sell down. That's what we could potentially do. Stops would just be the high, wouldn't it? But even that's risky, really. So I'll wait till past, guy. See what's going on. We'll go from there. Long morning, eh? But what we want to see for tomorrow. Tomorrow we want to see a close below 2018. That is what we would really want to see. That would be perfect. What do you say, Dan?
Still haven't gotten out my PJs yet.
Yeah. No, I was like that though. But
Straight out of bed and straight into my jet.
I always look like I'm in my PJs anyway.
Oh, I was going to say, I never get.
I always have bed head. Like
it's a thing with long hair, isn't it?
Yeah. You've got long hair, haven't you?
Right.
Yeah. Thought so. I can't handle proper long hair, but I am trying to get this long this time. But I do struggle with it.
I should say, is with my hair down, man. I look like a shampoo advert.
How long is it?
Past me nips.
Is it? Bloody hell.
Yeah. Long.
And you have low nips as well, don't you?
Every now and again, I'll just take a pair of scissors to it.
Yeah.
It gets too long.
Yep.
I say now that I'm watching The Last Kingdom, thinking of a hairstyle change.
Yeah.
Not cut, just Vikinged up.
Yeah. Do it. Braids. Get some braids. Get some
Yeah,
dreads.
some braids,
Why don't you get some
few
dreads?
weeds. Oh, I've wanted dreads for years.
Class.
But, like, I used to live in the Caribbean,
Did you?
so I'd got, like, dreads put in there,
Yeah.
and it was, so, like, it wasn't like, there are your dreads. After a couple of days, it was just, like, wax and twist every day,
Yeah.
and they ended up knocking together. So, it was an absolute nightmare. Like, unless they're done, like, properly by somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
our hair's not designed for dreadlocks, really. So they do take a lot of work to get put in.
They do, like, it's there's a lot of maintenance with dreads, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realise, because my hair's dead wiry as well, so it's a bit of a pain. And the issue with me is I struggle with my scalp because I've always just shaved my head, so I've
Yeah.
never really had long hair, so I get like a dry scalp all the time,
Yeah.
and my hair's so thick, so then I have to wash my hair, but then that ruins the dreads.
Yeah.
So it is a battle, really.
Well, this is it, because they should self-clean after a certain period of time, and you can get sprays and stuff like that to clean the hair. But like you say, if your scalp's dry, then you want to do stuff, but shampoo isn't good
Yeah.
for your scalp. And
I use T-gel, me.
Yeah.
T-gel.
Well, I get a dry scalp as well, so obviously I use like anti-dandruff shampoos and stuff like that. But all of the stuff you get off supermarket shelves got a chemical in them that isn't good for dry skin.
Yeah.
So especially, you know,
Winston,
the
Winston.
shampoo, which is supposed to be good for it, isn't, and that's what just keeps you buying it
Yeah.
over and over. So
But it looks cool as out.
it does.
Dreads look good.
100%.
Do look cool, like. When I've got my top off and I'm on the beach and that wind's blowing in my hair, Dan, and I'm just like, I'm in slow motion. I look like I'm in slow motion. And there's a big light shining behind me. To see where you're up to. This is why you're a scalper. Oh, God. Rick, it's been a nightmare this morning. We've got potential buys and potential sells going on. So we're just waiting. We've literally spent all morning building up volume to get out of the range to then come back into the range. So I'm giving it till past, Vic, to see. But we're just talking about my hair. Oh, dry scalper. Oh, right. The dry scalper. That's what. So this is why you're a scalper. I was like, eh? And then she put the dry scalper. Yeah, it is. I do get dry scalp. Yeah, cheeky bugger, yo. Cheeky bugger. Yeah. Yeah, they're good. They should still play out. The one from yesterday, Vic, what I actually deleted, played out perfectly this morning. Like it was perfect. But I deleted it because I thought, I don't know which one was it. It was this. I thought this was the move. Fortunately, it wasn't. It was here.
I deleted it as well, so.
Yeah.
Right, kids, I'm gonna have to go because I'm trying to chase my pension again.
Yeah, no worries, Martin. I'll catch you later, mate. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks very much. See you in a bit.
See you later, bud.
Plus, I got nothing to add in the hair states.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but you're able to run faster though, Martin. So you're all right. You see you later, mate. Yeah. Come on. We need some nice big volume, which I don't think we're going to get until New York. I think we're just going to mess about, aren't we? Mess about till New York. See you later, Vic. Make sure you drop a like for me. Drop a like. Guys, if you're watching, be much appreciated. Drop a like. Subscribe to the channel. Notify when we're on. Most weekdays, 8 o'clock UK time. So the 15s, this 30's not even driving either. So 6 minutes left for this 30. But we've got to break this low. And what you don't want is you don't want the 30 to close bearish but up here, because it means then what you're going to get is the new 30 could just go. And then you've got to wait another 30. And it just trickles down like that. And then you'll get a doji, and it's just, before you know it, 4 hours have gone. And you're just not lining up. And this is why there's always another trade, guys, so you can't force it. We've waited hours to catch 10 pips. That's all we aim for, 10 pips really. But with these big ranges, obviously they're going a lot bigger. Are you done this morning, Vic, are you? Oh, I bet you are. I've seen a couple of trade IDs going, actually. Nice.
Get off the stream, Dean users.
Yeah. It's up to you. Come on, 5 minutes. Oh no, yeah, 5 minutes for a 30-minute close. It's going to be interesting how this 30 closes. Because if this 30 closes doji or bearish, it means the new 30, probably the last chance for us to get a trade on quick before New York, is if the new 30 then bombs up, breaks the highs again to then flip and then drive. But that would probably only happen if we close bearish on this one. But it might not even do that. I suppose even if it closes bullish, because it just means the new candle might break the highs. Doesn't really make a difference. It's still on, isn't it? Very interesting. I'm just going to nip the already. he flipping, is he? What are you doing? Yeah, we could just mess about here. That's the thing. The next 30 can still close bullish then, because you'd have a 30 close bearish and then we close bullish. So the next 30, I suppose, could be the one. Out, back in, pull back, flip, fill. I think this is what we're going to get here. Two minutes. Hey. See, because you're not driving down. You're going to get a 15-minute bullish close here. You're not back into the range though. So do you need to come and break the low again? If so, could we not just 15 pips at that point? See what this next 15 does. Fingers crossed, guys. New 30. I want to see how this new 30 opens up. Okay. Seconds for a close. So the 15th close bullish there. Didn't break back into the range. You've got no bottom wicks on these two candles here. So 15's pushing up. This 15's got no bottom wick. Is this going to flip to the downside? What would that be on the 30? So the 30's closed bearish. Lovely. So if the 15 can come up, break the highs without driving down first. The 30's closed bearish now. You're probably going to get a wick fill now. What I was trying to get here is if this 15 came up with no bottom wick, broke the highs, we could potentially just get a sell stop underneath, because if price wants to drive back up now, I would think you're going to have to break the low here just to drive up. So you're probably going to get a wick down to that area anyway. I might be... Yeah, which would be a wick fill on the 30, but then again the 30 hasn't broken the new range really. But you're probably going to close back down there. There's probably now going on here, guys. New York's probably going to set everything up, because you've now got room to close respecting at 2034. So we could just start trickling down on the 30 minutes until New York session. Therefore, you just sat here waiting about. Look, but I needed I needed price to break the highs in order to catch this. Couldn't really do that. Okay, right guys. Okay, so let's just quickly go over what I've got sort of set up. So this is still on at the minute. Okay, you've also got a daily set up as well from the daily, but the stops are slightly different. I'll show you that. You've got a daily, and this is more of a long term. If the way you get out of this is if the daily closes back above 2041, then you get out of this. Okay, but I'll probably set and forget this. Now the time to delete it is if the daily flips. Just delete it. It's not going to happen. Okay, the daily's then going to flip and probably come down to 2018 at that point. Okay, so you've got the daily one here. You've still got this. Is this still valid now because you broke the highs? Looking at previous data, every time you come and tap 2027, even if you get a breakout of this zone, so let's get rid of this because this is where we are now. We're in here, right? So even if we get a breakout of price, you're still going to have to test previous support anyway to then go. And looking at previous data, that's what you tend to do. So for example, if you look at this, price came down, tapped, came back up, tested and then drove. And if you go back, taps, tested and then drove back up. Okay, down, test, back up, gone. Taps it, back up. It's rare where price just bombs straight through, but there is times where look, so price can bomb straight through. I believe this was news. This was potentially could have been news. Forfeit Monday, 3 o'clock potential. Coming straight through. So if we disregard that, even when you power down, you come through, you still come back. You slightly just miss take partial move to break. It might be worth bringing that take partial move to break even a bit closer. But you still come down, and your stops for that need to be down here 2009. Okay, because if you do power down, you still play out. Yeah, so it just covers everything. You should be adjusting your lot anyway for your risk, so it won't make a difference. So that's technically still on as well. And then it's a strange day because you've got buys and sellers set up. I don't normally like having buys and sellers set up, but it's because you're stuck in a range. You don't know which way it's going first. Same again, come down, straight back up. Really bounces in between them zones. It's only if you get something like this where you're going to be a bit goosed. Okay, but you're not going to get that because you're not coming from sort of them levels. What else was that? Yeah, so the one above as well. This is the same. It's the same. You're getting bearish closures. So you need one candle to pop up, break the highs, and then flip back to the downside. And that should initiate the move to come back down. I do believe you can't break these highs without breaking these lows. As in, when I mean break, I mean close above. You can't close above these highs without breaking these lows. So we need one candle to pop up, break the highs, pick up liquidity, give us the fuel to then break these lows. And then when we break these lows, then we're going to have direction, but that's where you're going to get your pullback, test, and then flip to come back down. And this is where this trade would come into place. But if you get the first trade, guys, don't put another one on. We don't need to, do you? Just get the one trade a day, 2 trades a day, max. If you got one white, you're just risking your capital, aren't you? So it's what plays out first, really. But that's what I've got going on. I know there's a lot of lines, but I hope I've explained it okay for you, because there's quite a few options here. I just don't think it's going to play out till New York. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so any questions before I go? Let's get the YouTube chat on. Any questions on YouTube? Any question on TNS?
Not from me.
No. Cool.
Nah.
Right, I hope you've learned something today, everyone. If you like what you see on YouTube, like and subscribe, be much appreciated. I'll be back on tomorrow round about the 8 o'clock time, and then we can go from there. But good luck if you're hunting today for pips, and I hope you grab some. So I'll catch you all later. See you later, guys. Bye bye. See you later, Abby.
Bye.
Bye.